The quest for Asian supremacy is heating up. It is Judgment Day in Group A. First up, Pakistan take on UAE after getting thrashed by India.
India have their signature on this game versus Pakistan.
The girls in green bounced back in some style.
Definitely a lot of positives out of it. I guess we bowled really well and we started very well. As a batting unit, we started really very well, and I think we should take this momentum towards the next match.
The UAE are desperate to make a mark.
I just want to lead from the front. I want to do what I've been doing regularly in all the other games that I've played. Just want to start off well for the team, and yeah, just aiming to go as close as we can to the cup.
Post that, India take on Nepal. The Blues sit pretty at the top. Nepal created history against the UAE.
A win that has eluded them for so many years is finally theirs to hug.
Very happy moment for us because we have been struggled so many years. This is our dream comes true for everyone, especially Cricket Association of Nepal and our cricket fans, that they are believing us women's team. So we are very happy.
But soon faced heartbreak against Pakistan. Will India continue its dominance, or can Nepal shock and awe? Gear up for Judgment Day. We indeed get closer to finding out our top four on what is the fifth day of action of the Women's Asia Cup 2024. A much happier, vibrant Pakistan side after getting their first points, and they come up against the UAE, who are still in search of their first points. Isha Oza's team is a proud nation. They like to beat those ranked higher. Pakistan would ensure no hiccups en route to a semi-final spot that is one step away. We are here at the Rangiri Stadium in Dambula. It is glorious for cricket once more. Marina Iqbal, Roshan Aber Singh here with me. Roshan, first let's find out how optimistic Marina's feeling about Pakistan's chances today.
Well, definitely I am optimist, and the way they played the last game, I think it gave a lot of confidence and boost to them, and especially the batters. That's where we were struggling. So I'm looking forward to this game, but it's going to be a cracker still.
With each day as we play cricket here, we're seeing more and more excellent skill. Roshan, what is key to succeeding, knowing the conditions well here in Dambula?
Well, I think these conditions are so weighted towards batting. So I think bowlers with skill need to win games. See, batters will go and score runs. Now, we did see batters, expressing themselves yesterday. A fine 100, a half century, but the skills need to come in. Then you start dismissing batters. On good pitches, if bowlers have that skill and dismiss batters, then your team have a very good chance of winning.
Well, it's interesting that Nida Dar, the Pakistan captain, likes to change things around. So this is an important toss for her and the UAE. Both captains now ready with Isabel Joyce for the toss.
Well, it's the final toss for one of these two captains. Not clear yet which one that is. I have Pakistan versus UAE, captain of Pakistan Nida Dar, captain of UAE Isha Oza, and of course our match referee GS Lakshmi, keeping everybody calm out here in the middle. Nida?
Heads is the call. It's tails.
Up to the mouth. Tell us, what are you going to do?
We're going to bowl first.
Bowling first? Why is that?
Yeah, on the last match we actually bowled really well, so we went with the strength.
We were noticing in the commentary position, you didn't bat or bowl. Are we going to see you roll the arm over today?
Well, I have give you a lot of things to you to speak out.
Look, it was a really big win for you guys the last time out. What did it feel like to win, and to win so convincingly? First time in this tournament this time around.
Well, we have known the strength of our batters and bowlers, so it was a convincing win, and we know where we can win it. And yes, we will go with the full strength, and didn't change today.
Any tweaks you want to make coming into today's game?
Nah.
Same team?
Same team.
Thank you, Nida. Isha, you've been put into bat. Are you happy with that?
We were looking to bowl first as well, but I mean, we'll take batting as well, whatever comes our way.
It was quite a chastening loss to India the last time out. What will you take from that game and try and put right today?
I think we had 20 overs on the field, so we learned quite a bit about how they go about their batting and how we have to react as bowlers to them. So that's one learning we want to use in today's game. And again, with the bat, we got more than what we got against Nepal. So that means we improved from our first game. So just hoping to improve in our next game now.
Well, you've taken my next question away. I was saying you tend to improve throughout a tournament. What do you think that is? How can you maybe hit the ground running in future tournaments?
I think we're a little slow to push off to start off, but I think that's how we're going. But that's something we're working on as well. So I mean, it's something you just keep on working on, I can say.
Finally, any team changes?
Yes, we do have one change. We have Suraksha coming in for Ritika.
Okay, well, best of luck. Get the pads. I know we'll see you soon. Right, so Pakistan have won the toss and they're going to bowl first.
Well, that is a very affable and colourful Nida Dar in her true fashion, just confirming that they're going to stick to bowling first. For the UAE, Isha Oza confirms one change and they will need to do better than they did against India. Suraksha is into the side. Marina.
Yeah, I think obviously they need more in terms of batting and they've got to be very disciplined. It was already challenging against Pakistan, against India, but Pakistan struggling with batting. I think they need to be disciplined in those terms.
As far as Pakistan go, unchanged.
Yeah, I think that's the winning combination and up top the openers have delivered what they were expected of. Bowlers need to do better, especially in terms of fast bowling. I think you expect more disciplined bowling from Fatma Sana, but the spinners will be definitely the key here.
What is interesting is that Nida Dar gives very little away about whether she's going to bowl, whether she's going to change any tactics up.
Yeah, she's like that. She's a hell big of a character and anything. Even the other day, me and Izzy just cornered her and asked her why she's in bowling and she just dodged the question literally.
All right, well, Izzy Joyce is being kept busy. She's done with the toss. She's having a look at conditions. We've sent Roshan Abhay Singh there as well. Let's find out what today's pitch is going to be like.
Well, we are on pitch number 6. That's where we started. But as far as the Dambulla ground is concerned, it's another hot and humid day. The good news is we got the Ibbang Khatua giving us a lot of breeze, so that will help the player comfort. As far as the dimensions are, it's 59 meters right round, and pitches at Dambulla has been brilliant. It's been very good for batting, though here the spinners have enjoyed a little bit more comfort than the fast bowlers. Now, I rather like to... Oh, look who's here. You just finished the toss. Okay, tell us, what do you think about the pitch? We got Isabel.
Well, we saw the first 2 days. It was good for batting. There's a little bit less grass on the surface. You can see here it's looking a little bit more bare. And here there might be something of interest for the seamers, just a little bit of extra grass. I think if they can hit this area to both the left and the right-handers, it is right on middle stump, so you might get a little bit of seam movement, but you do have to hit the pitch hard if you're going to get anything out of it. That being said, I don't think it's a length that the spinners will be aiming for. They'll be going a bit fuller, so even though it's a bit bare, there shouldn't be too much turn on offer. Maybe not quite as much of a batter's paradise as we saw on the pitch yesterday, but still really good for batting.
Bat first?
Bat first would have been what I would have gone for.
All right, that's the story from out here.
Well, it's a different ploy employed by Nida Dar. She was happy with her team chasing and they chased in quick time in their last game against Nepal. That's why they find themselves sitting where they'd want to be on that points table. Now they sit at second. Win today will just secure a semi-final spot. But would you also want to win with a significant margin? Would you like a repeat of the same performance, Marina?
Well, definitely. It helps immensely when you dominate the game entirely. Even if you're playing a lesser opposition with you, it gives you as a team, as individuals, a boost and more, sort of belief in your ability that you can dominate. And Pakistan is one of the teams who can beat any team on any given day, but they're lacking. They need the direction and confidence to be on track.
A couple of wins together and this would be a much more confident Pakistan side. You saw what one win just did. They are a significant threat, but they've never won this tournament in so many attempts before. We asked this group of players what it would mean or what it would take for Pakistan to go all the way.
जब ट्रॉफी आपके हाथ में नहीं होती तो आप उसकी कोशिश तो करते हैं, आप हमेशा यही चाहते हैं कि बस इस दफ़ा ये ट्रॉफी ज़रूर लेनी है.
Pakistan have won this emphatically with 9 wickets.
जितनी भी क्रिकेट खेलते हो बड़े टूर्नामेंट्स के लिए ही खेलते हो कि ताकि आप बड़े टूर्नामेंट्स जीतो. हर टीम जिसने एशिया कप में क्वालिफाई किया है वो अच्छी टीम है और हर एक मैच बहुत अच्छा मैच होगा. तो हम लोग रेडी हैं उस चीज़ के लिए और ऑब्वियसली हम लोग अपनी बेस्ट क्रिकेट इसमें खेलेंगे.
कोई भी मेजर इवेंट्स अपने मुल्क के लिए खेलो तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा एक्साइटमेंट होती है। तो जब जिस इवेंट को मैं जब भी होता है जब रिप्रेजेंट करूँ तो मुझे काफ़ी ऑनर फील होता है अपने मुल्क को रिप्रेजेंट करते हुए।
हम चाहते हैं कि हम अच्छा करें, जो हम एक लाइन क्रॉस नहीं कर पा रहे हैं वो हम चाह रहे हैं कि इस दफ़ा आहिस्ता आहिस्ता टारगेट्स पूरे करें।
यही अप्रोच होगी कि अच्छी से अच्छी क्रिकेट खेलें और देखने वाले भी इंजॉय करें और हम खुद भी उस क्रिकेट को इंजॉय करें।
Right, Pakistan, could they go all the way today? And as Izzy Joyce also joins us after getting very little out of Nida Dar, I must say. I expected better from you, but she's a hard one. She's a hard one to read.
She's a hard nut to crack, yes.
Well, they would love for her players to just perform like they did against Nepal. As we look at key players for this Pakistan side, Gul Feroza, what an innings. Is that what it took just to get a 50, get a match-winning score for her to now repeat that kind of consistency?
Oh yes, definitely. After the match I had a word with her and she was confident and she knew that it was about time that she delivered. And again, she understood that the blueprint, because once you're in there, you've performed it, you experience the pressure, you understand what your strengths are and how you can build an innings. So that's exactly what she needed.
She seems to be the perfect kind of player you'd want when you have a lower-ranked opposition. No hanging around, almost bullying the game, which is what you need at the top?
I think so. Clear head. She's got that innings behind her. She seems to have a clear game plan, so just exactly the right kind of person.
UAE and Isha Oza, she's been so impressive, not just as a player, but as a leader as well. Do they have it in them to at least push Pakistan out, maybe even topple them?
I think so, but I've said it time and time again, they rely on one or two players to score the runs. They've got a chance to go out there completely free against Pakistan, who maybe, if they're put under a bit of pressure, they can start nipping at each other. And the runs will have to come from Isha Oza, though. Kavisha Kumari has been impressive as well, and so has Kushi Sharma.
Yeah, she's been good all round. Yeah, I think it's fair to say that they've not, forget the results, they've just not played to the level that they know they are capable of. Is that fair to say for the UAE?
Yes, but their bowling was much better the last day. I know India hit them for 200, but sometimes it's harder to hit bad bowling. What India are good at is hitting good balls for boundaries, and I think that maybe knocked the stuffing out of UAE. They did stick with it, and they're going to put up a good fight today.
Isha Oza has fond memories of playing Pakistan. We go back to the last edition where she picked up 3 against this opposition. Maybe those Indian roots just brought out the best in her against the arch-rival opposition, Marina.
I think she's a pivotal role for UAE, and as a player I have a very fond liking towards her. She's a complete package. She can bat and obviously lead the team well. But when you're up against a better team, you always have that hunger to perform well as an individual and as a team as well. And you know that if you can topple 1, 2, 3 wickets for Pakistan, they might be on the back foot.
She particularly enjoyed that last wicket, I think, Isha Oza. Well, she's a key player with bat and with ball. We've seen at the top of the order when she gets runs, the UAE just look like a different threat. And Tirtha Satish is her opening partner. Again, an Indian-born girl in Chennai. Lots to look forward to for Tirtha Satish as well. And we find out a little more about this bright UAE top order batter.
My name is Tirtha Satish. I play for the UAE women's team and my role is a wicketkeeper and top order batter. I think as an Indian, you have Indian cricket in your blood. So I think just going to India in summer vacations and playing gully cricket, you get exposure to cricket there, and I started playing after watching a Tamil movie called Kana. I think you get the exposure to playing test teams, which was very important for us. You don't get to face them in every tournament you play. So I guess after playing those matches, you get to know where you need to work on and you focus on those areas. I think that's what we've tried to do as a team. I think the full team has grown as players, as individuals, and more than individual, I think we're looking forward to win the matches, and obviously everyone's improved their game. So it's not about the individuality anymore, just going in with the high josh. Play fearless cricket. Qualify to semis first.
Yeah, there's a lot to like about Tirtha Satish. We saw captain the UAE so well at the Under-19 Women's World Cup last year. Mentions that movie that she watched that inspired her to be a cricketer. It's actually a good film. But let's focus on the evening fixture today. The defending champions back in action here in Dambola. India taking on Nepal. What boxes would Harmanpreet Kaur and co like to tick ahead of this last group game and the semi-finals up to spat? That's going to be a good one.
For us, it's pretty simple. Like I said, we are not very focused on which country we are playing. We're just focused on, okay, what is our game plan and how we can make sure we win the next game, win this game and then the next and then the next. So we're going to take it one game at a time. Whichever team is, we are very well prepared.
We are not here to participate. I think we are here to perform as well. So we will play our best game.
Right, they're in action later this evening against Nepal, who always enjoy their challenge when a top level team comes up against them. They couldn't get the best out of them against Pakistan. India looking stronger and stronger. But if I have to ask both of you, one area that you'd still like to see any improvement, if there is such an area from India, is he?
Well, I think just staying into the end. If they do chase, I expect them to probably bowl first today. So just not losing silly wickets near the end of their innings.
Marina, India?
Yeah, definitely when it comes to batting, I mean, you would want the openers to finish the job. That's what that's missing, and it gives the repetition they kind of have, it gives them an advantage to become more threatening.
All right, India-Nepal, that is later this evening. But for now, the afternoon fixture, Pakistan looking to secure their semi-final berth. Up against them, the UAE. They'd like to sign off with a win. And live action from Dambola is coming right up. The quest for Asian supremacy is heating up. It is Judgment Day in Group A. First up, Pakistan take on UAE after getting thrashed by India.
India have their signature on this game versus Pakistan.
The girls in green bounced back in some style.
Definitely a lot of positives out of it. I guess we bowled really well and we started very well. As a batting unit, we started really very well, and I think we should take this momentum towards the next match.
The UAE are desperate to make a mark.
I just want to lead from the front. I want to do what I've been doing regularly in all the other games that I've played. Just want to start off well for the team and yeah, just aiming to go as close as we can to the cup.
Post that, India take on Nepal. The Blues sit pretty at the top. Nepal created history against the UAE.
A win that has eluded them for so many years is finally theirs to hug.
Very happy moment for us because we have been struggled so many years. This is our dream comes true for everyone, especially Cricket Association of Nepal and our cricket fans, that they are believing us women's team. So we are very happy.
But soon faced heartbreak against Pakistan. Will India continue its dominance, or can Nepal shock and awe? Gear up for Judgment Day.
Match number 9, we are at the Rangiri Dabulu Stadium. Hello and a very good afternoon. A warm welcome to the Dabulu Stadium. It is a big game coming up, Pakistan versus UAE. You already see the Pakistan ladies walking in, and so are their UAE counterparts. Another important game in this Women's Asia Cup 2024. Let us also remind you another game, another really look forward to game between India and Nepal. That happens later. That's the second game of the day. And let's show you where the points table is. India right on top, Pakistan in second place, UAE yet to get off the mark. Right, the toss happened a little while earlier, I beg your pardon. Pakistan won the toss and they choose to bowl. Another hot and humid day in Nabulan. Let's show you the teams. Let's start with the UAE. I got Isabel with me. What are your thoughts, Isabel?
Well, batting-wise, their top order haven't really fired, but they need Isha Oza, Tirthash Satish to really come to the party. Kushi Sharma, Kavisha Kumari, those are the other two that they'll rely upon. Plenty of bowling options as well. New player in Suraksha Kota, the off-spinner, replaces Ritika Rajit.
Pakistan bowling after they won the toss. Marina, your thoughts?
Yeah, just going with the winning combination, and I think this is probably the best 11 they could have. A lot depends on the bowlers and batters, especially fast bowler Fatma Sana. She needs to step up the game, but good momentum towards the batting for Pakistan.
Well, we had some really good efforts, and Gul Firoza in particular for Pakistan was very good against Nepal. 57 of 35 balls, and she looked in very good touch.
She's been working hard, had few chances at international cricket as well, knew that she needed to deliver, and what a time to deliver. The momentum is right behind her, she needs to continue. She's got that attacking nature and also the role assigned by the management.
Right, let's take a look at who the key ones for Pakistan. Obviously the captain, so much of experience. Nida Dar, Muniba, again lots of experience, and we have Sandhu with 56 wickets. So, well, they are very key, big key players for Pakistan. So time now to talk to the Pakistan camp, and it was Marina who caught up with the coach, Mohammad Wasim.
Thank you for joining us. First women's assignment, tell us, how are you feeling about it?
Exciting challenge, I would say. Obviously, it's a different challenge. Obviously, I've been working with the men for almost like 10 years now, over 10 years now. And I was looking forward to work with the girls now. And we had a camp. And, you know, I got to know a lot more about women cricket, their dynamics. And now I can say I'm enjoying it now.
Yeah, you mentioned you had few camps, not much time to work on it, but what were the quick fixes for the team?
It's a mindset. If you ask me one question, one answer, one word,
Yeah.
it's the mindset, and that's what you would have noticed in the last game. Also, it's the mindset. We need to play modern cricket. We need to play a bit more attacking cricket, and that's my first priority at the moment. Obviously, a lot of other things, the development things. Obviously, we're not working on the development side at the moment. It's only the performance side. Once this campaign is over, then we will look into the development things also. But at the moment, our focus is completely on the performance and get the best out of the girls.
You've got a good mixture of youngsters and the seniors. One, if I have to ask you your top 3 players that can win the match for you, who will it be?
Look, that's something we're working on. We need match winners, who can bat, who can bowl, who can good in the field also. If you look at likes of Tuba, Aroop, they can be our match winners. Fatma is also one of those who could bat, who could bowl. He's very good in the field also. And of course, we have seniors also. So it's hard to name 3 players, but that's what our challenge is. Our next goal is to make more match winners.
Thank you very much. Go well today.
Thank you.
Mindset the key as far as the Pakistan coach is concerned. Indeed, it's got a good blend of experience and youth. And these are the UAE girls. They've been training a little bit, warming up a little while early. It's a pretty hot day, as I told you. And UAE do have some really promising cricketers, and that's them. Those are very, very impressive records. Right, now it's time that we listen to someone from the UAE camp, and it was Ahmed Raza that, again, Marina caught up with.
Thank you for joining us, Ahmed Raza. Firstly, I want to know what were your positives so far for this tournament?
I think we've been good in patches. It's just that unfortunate that we've not been, we haven't played a collective game. Even against India, I think there were patches where we were really good, and we did put the mighty Indians under pressure with the bat. With the ball as well, I think the skills on show were really good. But then we do realize that, when you're bowling at Harmanpreet, or when you're bowling at an onslaught of Richa Ghosh, it can get tough. But I think the biggest positive was that our girls didn't back down, they didn't panic, and they kept trying to execute their plans.
Well, you've talked about how it's different bowling to different oppositions. So in modern day cricket, what are the main emphasis you talk about girls at international level to be successful?
I think if you look at the best international teams, I think what they do is they keep things really simple, and they do the basics right, and for long periods. I think that's been the challenge for us. As I said, we've been good in patches, but we haven't done it for the longest period. I think it's about doing the basics right and doing the simple things right for the entire period of 120 balls.
Well, not revealing a lot, but what is the secret weapon which you can beat Pakistan with today?
Well, they've lost to Ireland, they've lost to Thailand. I think that gives us some sort of motivation. We know they can't choke under pressure, and we've done it recently in the men's under-19 as well in the semi-finals. I think that's the motivation I've given them, that today is the day where we can roll over a test-playing nation.
Yeah, thank you very much, and go well today.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the UAE coach, Ahmed Raza, the former UAE captain of the men's team. Pretty optimistic of the fact that Pakistan have lost a few games to likes of Ireland. And anyway, I got Marina and Isabel here, and very good afternoon, ladies. Another good game.
Good afternoon, Roshan, and everyone joining us for this match. Yeah, pretty optimist, no doubt. And even after the interview, Ahmed Raza said to me, make sure the Pakistani camp can hear this clip, because we might put them under pressure a little bit.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Well, I have become good friends with Marina Iqbal beside me, but I know she's hoping for a very clear Pakistan win. I'm hoping for a close game, and maybe on the touch on the UAE side. Wouldn't that be a great story?
It will be a great story, but for a country like Pakistan that has been playing cricket for so long, a full member, they'll be determined to try and prove a point here. Yes, they started off badly, but I think they got enough experience and quality here.
Well, that's the beauty of the game nowadays, especially with T20 cricket. It grows every day. This is one example, Isha Rohtoza. It's a treat to watch her bat. I mean, she's got probably everything correct about her technique. She's got that attitude. She knows she's leading her team. Got huge responsibility, and equally promising Trita Satish. They too have a good understanding going on in the middle. And probably if they can not give away the wicket to Pakistan early on, that might put a bit of psychological pressure.
I remember seeing Osa bat in that last T20 Asia Cup in Select, and she impressed me a lot. She was a budding young cricketer then, and now she's moved on, and she's now one of the seniors. But even at that time, I think I saw her even before. She looked very promising.
Well, I played against her, and she was the big name coming into a qualifying tournament about 8 years ago. So she's had plenty of time since then. Saw her make 66 against Sri Lanka in the global qualifiers, 5 sixes in that innings. So she really is a player to watch if she can get going.
Yeah, right here is the first ball. She looks easy, doesn't she? Just moved inside the line, and that's 4. That's a very good start. What about the timing? She didn't really hit it too hard.
Only slightly offline. A gift on the first delivery, but with those nerves in play, you still have to make contact. There was a fielder in the deep, but just the deft touch took it behind square, and it flew away. We were talking about this outfield so often, but it really does fly to the boundary. An excellent start for UAE.
Fatma has struggled so far in this tournament. She needs to bring her A game because a lot depends on her being an all-rounder. Not just that, handling the new ball, it's important. They need early wickets. They've got slip in. Just struggle with line and length at time with the new ball.
Yeah, Fatima. She's got a slip. There's a bit of hinter movement back into the right-hander. A question to you, Marina. Now, Pakistan men, they produce some really quick bowlers, real quality bowlers. Can we see that with the women's team as well?
We've got few upcoming fast bowlers. Tasmia Rubab, she's already in the squad. She's the left-arm pacer. Performed at domestic. She's quite young though, but this will be a good exposure for them. We've got Hamna Bilal as well. She's being lined up for Pakistan A. So few are coming in, but they need more cricket and a stable structure.
Swing again, back into the right-hander. That's a good area to bowl. Just tempting her for a drive, but swinging it back into the right-hander.
Well, if they can get a good start, the batters down the order can have a say. Kavisha, Kushi and Hina in particular. If they can come in at 6 overs to go, then they are people who can elevate that score.
Play and a miss. That time, that's the line. She's been bowling around that off stump or just outside. That time, slightly back of a length. We have seen surfaces in double.
We're talking about the technique of Oza. It's almost perfect, but if there's an area she needs to work on, it's the fear of the short ball. She tends to want to come onto the front foot, but she's standing in the crease a little bit betwixt and between. Not sure if she can come forward, afraid of that shorter delivery.
Yeah, and Fatma Sana has that stock ball under her sleeves. Every now and then she might hit the deck hard and test you with a shorter one. But right now, that's probably the best line she can go about with.
We've seen her bowl the in-swing a lot. She swings it back into the right-hander. What the batter will be now concentrating is, does she have a delivery that goes straight with the arm? Does she bowl an outswing? Or is she just predictable with the in-swing?
Not really an outswing deliveries on offer from Fatma, but yeah, she can bowl that can stick to the surface and held the line.
That's the one. That was slightly short. So first over done. It's 5 without loss.
Yeah, Pakistan squad for this Women's Asia Cup. Tasmia Rubab right at the bottom. I'm talking about the left-arm pacer. We've got Diana Bay, ample experience. but just couldn't really make it to the 11 because of the heavy spin corridor we have. But these two are promising, Tasmia especially, an upcoming prospect. That's Diana without the hat, and Tasmia is right beside her. It's good to see two fast bowlers sitting together. You can learn a lot from Diana Baig.
So we're going to see some spin. Now that appears to be the ploy with most of the women's teams. Start with the seamer, then you back it up with spin at the other end. And with the new ball, they tend to slide on rather than really turn.
Sadia has been brilliant with new ball for a few years now for Pakistan, especially in T20, as you can see the numbers. She's one pivotal spinner on which you can rely to provide you breakthroughs early on.
It's the right pace. You know, you need to know at which pace to bowl. It's so important. That's the key as a spinner in T20 cricket. The lengths are key, the pace is the key. Just needs to ensure that that happens on a more regular basis. Can't penetrate.
I think they're clear about the plan to Isha Oza. Don't get it up in her arc. They don't want her able to hit straight. They do have long on out, deep mid wicket as well. Only 4 fielders on the offside, so she'll keep on having to take it into the stumps.
Straight to the fielder. She's not the orthodox, or she looks an orthodox finger spinner, but she is sliding the ball back into the right hander. That's understandable because she's bowling with a newish ball. So she's got a short fine, short square and a short mid. The ring of fielders on the offside saving 1.
Yeah, that's her job. Usually the angle, she brings it back with the angle. She can turn, so don't fall for that trap. She has the ability to turn the new ball as well.
Tries to go through mid-wicket. She succeeds. They should get 2. And 2 is all they get.
She does have such a good action, Sadia Iqbal. She does change where she releases the ball from, but this over it's all been right from the front line. Lovely front arm action and good follow through. If there's one thing, maybe a little bit more knee drive, just to nitpick.
Oh, that was close. That was too close to cut. It stayed down as well. 7 without loss. Seven without loss. It's a quiet start for the UAE. So Fatima will continue. She'll go over the wicket to the left-hander with a slip. She's got a third. She's got a backward square leg. She hasn't faced a ball as yet, Tirtha. This is her first. On the pads, now she's asking. I think there was an inside edge. She got very excited about it. I heard 2 sounds.
Well, the umpire's there for a reason. I think there was bat, but you never know as a bowler. They have the best view. They're standing still. There's a nice and full outside leg stump as well. That's actually the thing that saved her. Pitched outside leg, easy decision.
Yeah, eventually. It looked easy. Good decision by the umpire. Never easy to judge those lines. I've seen umpires get it horribly wrong sometimes. Well, services at Dambulla this season has been quite good, I must say. There have been lots of runs scored in the Lanka Premier League and then yesterday. But this is where we're playing. Isabel, you took a close look. You think this will slow down a bit?
I think it's going to play a little bit more slowly than we saw in the first 2 days. It's the same pitch then. Had 2 days rest. A little bit less grass than we saw, so it might hold up a little bit later on, but the older ball might turn a little bit as well.
I think it's quite hard though. The surfaces are hard here. Nicely rolled. Generally, Dambulla doesn't carry too much of grass. Chip on the bounce. Not fielded cleanly. She's still not off the mark.
Yeah, the previous delivery, not this one. The previous one was a perfect line and length, just going across that left-hander. Nisha, she's been lovely to watch. She's got all the range of shots, textbook shots at times, good intent as well, according to given the fact that she's playing T20 cricket. She believes a lot in herself, and you can tell us more about her, Izzy.
Again on the pad, just looking to play across the line that time. The intent was right because it was on the leg stump.
Well, umpire really not happy with Fatma Sana because that's the second time in this over that she's gone down the pitch with an appeal. Outside leg, there's absolutely no chance, and have a look where she's running. That's not allowed. She's already had a word with her earlier in the over. She's done it again, so she needs to be careful here, Fatma Sana.
She's certainly trespassing, no doubt about it. She'll have to be mindful. Again using her wrist, doesn't time. Only a single.
Yeah, Tirtha just playing against the swing. That's why she can't find the right timing and probably out of the bat. Nisha Rohitosa, I had a word with her as well. She cherished the role of captaincy, but obviously she mentioned that it's an added pressure, but I love to bat in the middle. And these are the runs scored against 38 of 36 deliveries against India. That is a good opposition, and that would give you a lot of confidence.
The final ball of the over. That's played fine. The outfield is fast and it will run away to the boundary. It's a good way to finish the over. 5 of it, 12 without loss. With a fine tickle, just going down the leg side, and long leg was pretty wide, so that raced away to the boundary.
Yeah, it's very important to close in the over with a good delivery. Now what Fatma did was bowl 4 dot balls, just gave away 1 single, and the last delivery went for 4 runs. So it covers up the whole over. And I think it's a very good and steady start for UAE. If they can manage to continue in this way, this will put some psychological pressure on Pakistan.
So Maima coming on. She's taking 13 wickets in 50 games. I thought the left arm spinner looked good. And I sometimes wonder how captains tend to change and move bowlers around. Some of their tactics could be a little bit interesting. This is off spin for Maima.
Yeah, even in the previous game that did that, she took Sadia off, brought Umaima in. She went for 11 runs. And that took away the momentum, so probably should have continued with Sadia.
Sadi!
Very unconventional action. She's got a double hop on the back foot. So it means you can't really get that momentum. There it is, 1, 2, and then quite round arm. She bowls a little bit more upright later on when she's got 4 fielders out. She's trying to bowl it flat into the left-hander. 2 fielders out on the leg side.
She started off as a pure batter, and one day when we were running out of bowlers, she just came in and started to bowl, and she got big turns. And that's when her talent was discovered. Now it's been frequently utilized by Pakistan. Oh, is it out? Is it an opportunity? Probably the throw wasn't quick enough and well directed. That might have saved UAE.
Well, Tirtha Satish, as soon as she hit this, she set off. She wanted to come back for 2. She is quick between the wickets. The throw is in towards the breeze, but I think it's tight. You're right. I think the throw is so far offline. Maybe it's a race between bat and ball. Just about. Just shows how important getting it closer to the stumps is.
Yeah, that's right. She lost a few milliseconds just to try and drag it from where she was to the stumps. Allowed the batter to just manage to get back. Yeah, these are very vital. These are critical. Fielders need to be mindful of all this. So just surviving Tirtha that time. Just managing to get a bat in.
And their last game, we saw Kavisha Kumari diving in. I think it was 3 times, and she saved her wicket twice, was out the 3rd time. But I think Tirtha Satish could take a leaf out of her book, because if she'd dived, she would have been in with no problems. That was a little bit too close for comfort.
I spoke about Umaima's action. Yes, it's unorthodox, and I'm not very sure whether she actually follows through quite well. This is chipped, and that's a 4 onto the pads. The use of the left arm, yes, at the point of delivery, but then it doesn't really swing out. The bowling action, but a very nice shot.
Umaima Suhail is not that confident and effective with new ball. It's not going to turn. Slightly older ball, she's more effective in the middle overs with got protection on boundaries, but UAE will definitely target her.
There'll be a lot of matchups, there'll be a lot of planning done, strategizing against different bowlers. Your batting plan will be spoken of, the bowling plans discussed. So 2 fielders on the leg side boundary. Square leg goes out, mid wicket goes out, but we still have mid off and mid on inside the circle. That might be the line she should be bowling more towards the off stump. And that will take it, drift it into the left-hander, because there is a stiff breeze that blows across the ground. Dot to end the over. It's 18 without loss, 4 overs done. It is time to listen to Isha Oza and the story about her journey.
I started playing cricket in 2013, and that was after I came back from my holiday in India. My cousins used to go down every evening to play gully cricket, and that's when I first picked up a cricket bat. And then when I came back to Dubai after the holidays, I actually started liking the sport much more. So I wanted to go to an academy and actually train and learn the sport. That's how I took up cricket.
18 without loss. Isha Oza. Great cricketing journey she's got. 11 of 13. Tirtha has made 7 of 11.
I think they're being a little bit cautious because they know how much relies on them. If they can get to 10 overs, which would be a great result for them, they'll manage that innings. 300s, 950s for Isha Rohit Oza. 158. Yeah, she's one of the top scorers in women's cricket. She's very well respected, not just with the associate nations, but by senior nations as well. And you can see that by her innings against India last time out. There we go, warming up. She's a big hitter. Rithika Rajit. We've seen a boundary, a 2 and out twice from her. So she'll want to score more than 1 boundary, I think, today, should she get the opportunity.
So Sadia coming on. So quite a few bowlers used at the moment. And they're just being moved around. Sadia coming on at the other end. So maybe she wants to use the drift. Let's see. She fires it in. That's what she does well. And I like the control. See, the difference about Sadia is her action. Very economical action. When the action is economical, it becomes easy to control. It becomes easy as a bowler. You could drop it and you can be very accurate. You are getting that drift. She is getting that drift into the right-hander.
Yeah, this is a much better end for her because the wind's coming the right direction for the drift in. I was talking about the knee drive from Umaima Sohail. This is what you want. That still could be better.
The dream delivery would be to drift into the right-hander, pitch and turn and hit the top of off. But it's not that kind of a surface here.
What she did the last day out in the power play was she bowled one from behind the popping crease. There it is, lovely. And she finishes off with her bowling arm really well as well. And she's really good at setting up a batter, so she'll bowl one from further back and then the next delivery she'll bowl from closer, a little bit quicker. You think it's short enough to cut, and she often gets bowled LBs that way.
She's nicely relaxed and pretty stable at the point of delivery. She doesn't rush in for a finger spinner, so she is in control. In there, few bouncers to long on. Only a single.
Yeah, Sadia is more effective against right-handers. 34 times she's just missed right-handers and just 7 times the left-handers. It's just the angle and the pace she varies and the use of crease. As Izzy mentioned, she's a smart operator. And now Nida can pretty much rely on her with the new ball in the power play, especially in T20s.
Last ball of the over. She's bowled a very good over so far, just a single. With a left-hander on strike, they got a mid-wicket out on the boundary and a long on. That's well bowled. That's a very good over. 5 done, 19 without loss.
Later this evening, Harmanpreet Kaur's India riding a high wave of form up against Nepal. Last game for Group A in the Women's Asia Cup. And the penultimate game for Group A, UAE, the sedate start, boundary of the first ball. They've been watchful since. That's just a little bit of frustration building. So Isha also attempt a few big shots. Didn't quite get the connection she wanted. Umaima is going to continue. Preferred choice ever since she was brought into the team in the last game. And she continues to search for the boundary. It's the last over of the power play. Speaking of power play, Mithali Raj is back. Had a power-packed evening in Colombo yesterday. Afternoon, Mithali.
Afternoon, Ronak. I think we've seen Pakistan following a set pattern since the last game, especially in the power play, operating with Fatima 2, Sadia bowls 2 and Umaima 2 as well, because that worked for them when played against Nepal. Up a shot of the back foot, but just falls short of the cover's fielder.
Yeah, she'd be really disappointed, Isha Oza, and you could see it on her face. Short, wide, dragged. Umaima doesn't do much with the ball if she doesn't get it accurately. And really went straight to cover. And it did carry. Yeah, she's just struggling for her timing at the moment. Trying to hit it too hard, frustrated with amount of opportunities that she's missed, but just needs to reset, just settle down. The UAE have not gone through a power play in this tournament without losing a wicket. They're about to do that. And these two are key figures at the top. So if they bat deep, all goes well for them. There's 3 balls in the power play. She's just desperate to capitalize, and there's a deep mid-wicket long on. That's the area she's targeting. No one back on the offside. Well, they've been guilty of a mix-up in the opening game.
I think there's been 3 dot balls, and that's why you could see the desperation from Isha to go big. And she did get 2 opportunities. One was pitched too short, didn't clear the cover fielder. But there was another one down the leg which she couldn't connect properly. But so far, UAE in the 5.4 overs, 20 for no loss. Yes, they were very cautious, but we've seen how they can improve their run rate in the middle overs, especially against India. We've seen when they take on the spinners.
Now, what can Tirtha Satish do in the last 2 balls of the power play? She's got a mirrored field. And she goes up and over mid-off, much better. It's a good option, and there's enough bat for Tirtha Satish to get her second boundary.
She plays over mid-off, just manages to clear the infield. That's what you need when you're playing a spinner in the power plays, not to use too much power but work on your timing. And she would be pleased to get a boundary in this over.
Yeah, it almost feels like batters who tell themselves that they're going to target Umaima, and she's an annoying sort of bowler. She will tempt you into playing a big shot, and every now and then there's one that keeps low with that awkward action. Yeah, just tosses it up again. Well, 24 without loss. The power play comes to an end, going at 4 and over. And that's how the innings started. Pakistan and Nida Dar winning the toss again, wanting to bowl first like they did against Nepal. Fatima Sana just drifting onto the pads, and Isha Oza got the innings off to a nice start. After that, there have been a lot of attempts for big shots. But both batters have had slight moments of hesitation. This was an opportunity. Liba just missing the stumps. The first attempt had to go around. Boundary in that last over gives them a run rate of exactly 4. And Pakistan have also taken 5 wickets in the power play in the previous 2 games, so they've gone wicketless so far. Vrinder Rathi confirms that the field can be spread. There are 3 fielders now in the deep, and just as I speak, a 4th goes out on the offside. So sweeper on the offside, long on, mid-wicket in the deep, and deep square leg as Nashra Sandhu comes on. A left arm spin.
I think UAE should also focus on singles or maybe doubles, because so far in the power play they've managed to get 4 boundaries, but the rest, as we speak, it's high in the air, falls short of the fielder, and they are going for a second run. That could have been close.
Yeah, they've got the 2 which you were asking, even though they were looking for 4. And double that brings up 500 runs for Isha Oza in this calendar year. She has been outstanding. Doesn't get the opportunity to play top-ranked opposition regularly, but she is more than capable of when she does. That's more evidence of her ability. Hit it well, but there's a very straight long on. Average in excess of 50, bottom of screen. Strike rate 117, outstanding. 350s and 100. Proper player, Isha Oza.
I think being tall also has its advantage. You have a better region to play your shots with, bigger stride, especially against spinners. If you have good footwork, you can really dispatch the spinners to all corners of the ground.
Of course, being tall has its advantages. How is your good friend Jhulan Goswami these days?
Well, Ronak, I've told numerous times to Julu that she actually can be that batter down the order for India to score runs, go big, but she never really spent much of her time in improving her batting skills. I mean,
oh, there's some batting skill. There are fielders in the deep. So let me get this straight. You've multiple times tried to persuade Jhulan Goswami to become that lower order hard hitter. She worked on her batting. Did she not?
I think she feels that her bowling requires a lot more time, but I think she did had the skill to be a decent all-rounder. And she's also played some very good innings for India coming down the order.
Well, what a wonderful privilege it was to watch her through all those years. Blessing that the Indian team had many, many years. Most prolific wicket taker. Most prolific run getter of the calendar years. Just hitting and missing at the moment. It's perhaps some frustration building up. It leads to a big shot. This will take some catching. And eventually it is claimed it's a good catch. It's Alia Riaz who had to run back from mid-off. She was inside the circle, running sideways with the breeze, further challenging her. She completes a really good catch.
I think Sandhu here bowled an orthodox left arm spin when she went against the spin, and this was expected because they were trying too hard to muscle the ball here. Isha, and a very good catch at mid-off by Alia Riaz. Isha walks back 16, UAE 29 for 1.
Well, out walks Rinita Rajit. She's had, as Zizi Joyce mentioned, this tournament so far, a couple of boundaries and out. One boundary, double out. 6 against Nepal, 7 against India. Doesn't hang around. What they would want is for her to improve on that average of 8, a best of 19. She's batting 3, it's an important position. She's here because Isha Oza, if you just see the frustration was only building up. It's going to lead to something. Didn't quite get the timing, and the breeze is drifting away from the fielder, so she didn't get it on the first attempt, but she does well to get herself in a position good enough and keep her eye on the ball to complete the catch.
I was there!
Good one to get first up, but Rinita keeps her foot behind safe. 29 for 1. One change for the UAE, number 8. First game for Suraksha Kote in the tournament. Off spinner. Ritika Rajit missing out. Her sister just walked in, Rinita. And Samaira Dharnidarka to come. Kavisha Kumari after that. And more spin in the form of Saida Aroop Shah. Tirtha Satish will look to take her on, the leg spinner. She's got 3 fielders in the deep on the leg side. Starts well.
I think there is a bit of turn there that is being offered to the spinners. And UAE still have Kavisha and Kushi come at 5 and 6. Kavisha, who scored 40 against India. No. Am I right? Yeah, 40 against India, and 2 wickets she has contributed both with bat and ball.
Yeah, Alia Riaz perhaps just thinking about that catch. Slight lapse in concentration. She completed a catch that just stay with you sometimes for a few minutes after. Now right-handed Rinita on strike, and she doesn't like to hang around. So this will be fun. Invited, tossed up nice and wide, forcing hitter to reach, and she is a hitter. She likes to hit the ball hard. We're waiting for her to have that one day. A little bit of luck. Few that go in the gaps. She gets underway. Umpire has deemed that to be a fair delivery. It's close to that wide line, but Nur Hijra from Malaysia says it was all right.
I think there's a change in the field. She brings long on into the circle and pushes mid-off behind. Maybe the line would be a little more inside onto the stumps.
And just heaved over mid-on. Saw that the fielder had come in. So that is clever batting from Renita, who gets her first boundary.
I think the line still remained bowling outside off, but the length was pitched up for her. And Renita, that she is, capable of hitting those boundaries. She starts off here with a boundary.
Yeah, this is how each game has gone. 4, double. She got a single in the second game, dismissed, so 6 and 7 only. She gets that second boundary, she'll just feel so much better. She'll be fun for as long as she lasts, Renita. And now mid-on has gone back again, so Arup Shah has long on. You can't do anything about that. Beautiful delivery from Saida Arup Shah.
It was one of the almost a perfect ball for a leg spinner, getting that turn, going past the outer edge of the batter.
Swatted away and in the gap. Fielder had to run around and does well. They want 2. Tirtha Satish called for it. She was running to the danger end. So they got 7 off what was actually a pretty good over from Arup Shah. 36 for 1. Eventful over the last one. Now Chandani has a role to play later on. Nashra will continue. Picked up the wicket in the last over of the UAE captain. And just taking a little while to figure out how they won their field. Left and right hand combination, that'll be the case till Tirtha Satish stays at one end. A few right-handers lined up after. We have still not seen Nida Dar bowl. It's been a while. Oh, mix-up. And a mix-up matched by a fumble in the field. Fatima Sana, guilty party. The offside. Straightforward, and this actually was a real chance of a run out with how much hesitation there was.
Had she picked it up clearly and aimed at the keeper's end, maybe there would have been an opportunity. Clearly missed with that fumble.
Yeah, that's very dozy. This is just played gently to her all along the ground. Yeah, I think one area Tirtha Satish will have to improve upon is controlling the running and the calling. Just have a look at this and real stumble. And up and over again, opportunity, the great catch, outstanding. Well, that is Pakistan for you in 2 balls. Sidra Amin has pulled out a special effort. Once again, Renita Rajit, in the pursuit of big runs, is gone.
That was a brilliant catch. She played against the spin, but in with the wind. And Sidra Amin there covered a lot of ground for that catch. She nearly came in, but she made it look so easy. But then that was definitely a brilliant, brilliant catch by Sidra Amin. And Rinita goes for 6. UAE lose their second wicket for 37.
Kavisha Kumari. Is that a productive tournament so far? UAE all-rounder. 40 that Mithali Raj mentioned in the last game against India would give her confidence. Got a score against Nepal, 22. Add to that 5 wickets, so it's contributed with bat and ball. Nashra Sandhu has her second wicket now in as many overs. That would have been another, well, just action every ball at the moment.
Well, you definitely don't want your last game performer to get out as a run out, because she's the one who scored runs against India. It was very important now for UAE that these two batters develop a partnership here.
And she just takes off, Tirtha Satish. In fact, even in the last one, it was the striker's call, but she's just taken off, prompted it. We'll come back to that. But this is brilliant. I was just saying that poor Anita Rajit needs a little bit of luck. She needs one of these to just go in the gap or get dropped. But how about that from Sidra Amin? And the breeze, folks, is taking it further and further away from her. She's kept her eye on the ball. Brilliant. And sure, it didn't pop out when she fell. She was off balance when she took it. And that's a successful over with a stunning catch in it. 39 for 2. Couple of wickets now for Nashra Sandhu. Arup Shah will continue. Tirtha Satish really needs to keep her composure. Some of the running has been frantic and just poor. Kavisha could have been run out first ball when there was never a single. She hit it straight to mid-wicket. It was Tirtha who called for it. That's where they can push for 2. It's nicely played. It's in the deep. Shouldn't forget there are so many pockets in this outfield, big outfield. 2's easily gettable.
Also, since it's leggy bowling, Tirtha Satish who really have to now change her gear, utilize this over with the spin, with the breeze. You're having the bowler to bowl to you.
Yeah, much like that. Hit it well. Probably looking for that gap between long on and mid-wicket. Trying to push for 2, and if she hit it better, could have got 4. Yeah, that's what she's trying to do, just get it more into that gap. Bowled a really good length for a leg spinner. Seen one that's already spun sharply across the bat. Geez, she tests her luck, Tirtha Satish, and we're going to have another look at this. This was her call. Went behind square, she took off immediately, and I think because there was no hesitation, she might be okay. Let's find out. And Sidra Amin again, who just can do no wrong in the field. She knows that too. Yeah, she's got in. Doesn't quite slide the bat across the crease, but seems comfortable enough. Yeah, she's going to be safe. Tirtha. Well, if you just keep taking off, once in a while you will make your ground.
There's still some overs left, Ronak, for them to take these singles, because this is what you expect maybe in the death overs when you really want runs, but they are almost like in the 10th over, and Kavisha is a very important batter for them at this moment.
Oh, a gift. And she'll be disappointed, Tirtha Satish, that she's hit that juicy full toss straight to the fielder. There is a field set for this kind of bowling. If she drags one short, or if one just slips out of the hand, because it's a ring of 3 deep on the leg side. And she's just a bit annoyed. I think Arup Shah much prefers bowling to the right-hander. Right, 10 gone. 44 for 2. And the players and the officials will take drinks. The halfway stage. Time for the players to regroup. And Kavisha Kumari is out in the middle, and let's find out a little more from her.
My catch against Pakistan, where I took this splendid catch against Aisha Naseem. The ball before that, I was at long off and Samara was at long on. We know what Aisha Naseem does. She likes to play the slope sweep. So I was like, Sam, come give me long on. I'm sure there's going to be a catch and I want to take that catch. The very next ball, there was a top edge, like it went really high in the sky. I had to run from long on all the way to almost the 25 yard. I had to put in a diving effort and I caught that ball. Like, that is one thing which will stick to me.
Well, that's a great memory, isn't it? Kavisha Godage. She's from Sri Lanka, by the way. And he has a great memory, 2022. This is what I think she's talking about. Yes, this is the one. These catches, they stick and they are remembered for a long time. That's a special effort, and you can look at the celebration. And that's not a surprise that she carries it with her wherever she goes, and it's part of her memory, where she's very proud to recall whenever one speaks about it.
Yeah, once you've done that, I think gives you a lot of boost and confidence to go for those half chances and convert them into the catches. And that's exactly what he has done. And that was a big wicket, Aisha Naseem. Pakistan is missing her immensely. But what a brilliant effort. Just the faith there that I can do it.
Those high swirling catches are never easy to catch. You've got to just settle down underneath it. Just imagine diving for it. So 44 for 2 at the moment, UAE. They're looking good. Their run rate is quite good. And they have had starts. But well, these are some of the highlights. These are the highlights of the first 10 overs, Isabel.
Well, they started with a boundary with a bit of a gift. Survived a couple of pretty decent shouts, but good thing for them is they have Tirtha Satish out in the middle. the dynamic, tiny opening batter with the keeper as well. This is an excellent catch running backwards from Avia because that was a big wicket. Isha Oza not out in the middle anymore. She's the big threat for UAE. They do have other batters that could score. That was another excellent catch on the dive. Well, not quite on the dive until the end. But 44 for 2, 10 overs left to go. 5 bowlers used so far. We haven't seen the captain yet. 2 wickets for Nashra Sandhu, 2 for 8 from 2. She's been excellent, as has Sadia Iqbal, as per usual. Not for 3 from her 2 overs, and those in the power play as well.
Marina, how do you see Pakistan from here? 44 for 2 at the current rate, 88 UAE, but 120 to 130 might be what they're looking at.
Yeah, that's exactly what they should be looking to contain UAE under. They've got all the arsenals, they've got good spin attack. Managed to pull the momentum back from UAE. Just need to be clinical in each and everything they do from now onwards.
Yeah, the Pakistan spinners have looked impressive. They've tied the batters down. Their control have been good.
Oh, come on, Nash.
Yes, they've forced shots like that. They've not made it easy, especially Nashra Sandhu. She's probably their main attack outside of Sadia Iqbal. Obviously Iqbal having to bowl inside the power play, but just keeps it so wide of the crease. Well, that's a beautiful shot. Great power from the diminutive batter. Shuffles down, hits it on top of the bounce and muscles it wide of mid-off. Well, as a bowler, sometimes you've just got to take your hat off. She hung the ball wide, offered the carrot here to Satish. Look at that balance. Had to wait so long for that.
And that's a poor delivery. Got mid-on. And good part was that Satish never tried to hit it square. She knew exactly where the gap was for the boundary and she went into that gap rather than playing it squarer for a single.
See, this is a good option if she can get it to the gap, because see, I always believe that the reverse sweep is a shot that can put a spinner off. You start sweeping, you go wide, then you go for that other option. And with the breeze, with the strong breeze, this becomes a really good option. Again, not in control, just getting to the pitch of the ball, but she's hitting against the breeze. That's not easy.
It's definitely her favourite area. Straight down the ground, in particular mid-on and into mid-wicket is where Tirtha Satish can get the bottom hand involved a little bit better. Difficult to get past that third man as well with the reverse sweep. If there was no third, I would say play it every single ball, but with the third there, she has to hit it well.
She certainly seemed to be fond of the reverse sweep. She's searching for it. Looks versatile as a batter.
Yeah, she does. 50 already up for UAE, moves on to 52. Nashra Sandhu is a smart operator. She won't give you that pace on which you can utilize these sort of shots. You need a bit more pace to play those reverse sweeps. That's why she's not able to beat the infield. But again, it's a good option to get the runs going and probably unsettle Nashra. 52 for 2 on 11.
Right, we see the captain coming on, Nida Dar. Look at her record. Now, why did she hold herself back? Now, I'm going to pick on Marina's brain here. Nice off-spinners action. Now, that has to be close. And yes, it's a very reluctant decision by the umpire. I thought that looked pretty straightforward.
First ball wicket. That's why we all have been very adamant that she needs to bowl. She's got ample experience and picked up the wicket on the first delivery. Kavisha just trying to work it into the offside. Caught on crease. This was a straightforward decision. Finally, Nida Dar in the action.
So that's a big wicket. Kavisha goes, LBW. UAE have lost their third in the 12th over. Kavisha Kumari out for 2. Khushi Mohan Sharma. Another experienced batter, 68 matches. But average needs to improve. The strike rates, so, not bad. But I don't know whether we have too many batters who got a strike rate of more than 100 in the women's game. But 80 to 90 is considered pretty decent. See, I love this action. It's an old-fashioned off-spinners action. Beautiful drift, nice follow-through. You find the pivot. Everything's there.
Well, looking to play it into the leg side. Well, she could have maybe done a little bit better at getting outside the line there, but didn't quite get out to the pitch. In fact, she went on the back foot. That's what did for her, just about hit in line. I think that's a pretty easy decision for the umpire.
Yeah, not sure about the field placement. Not for Trita, but Khushi gave away. Easy single. Oh, will that be a boundary? Yes, it will be. Drop shot and nicely pounced on by Trita Satish. She's still out in the middle and fighting the way for UAE.
She picked the length well. Quickly on the back foot, and she was very smart in hitting it to that direction. And also the breeze will quicken the ball running across the turf, and that's the reason why that the long on fielder tried hard but couldn't get there. This breeze is pretty stiff, and anything in that direction is going to carry it through. That's the line she would want to bowl. Now this is good running, though the fielding is not great. Straight to the fielder. This is that boundary.
Yeah, that's smart batting, especially from Khushi. She knew that single was there. She took it, brought Satishta back on the strike, and she went for the boundary. And again, fielding needs to be top-notch from Pakistan. Giving away easy singles will not help them.
We've seen two sides of the Pakistan fielding. Yeah, you speak about not giving those singles, needing to be sharp. We've seen some outstanding catches taken. That catch at long on was breathtaking. Diving, running across. So it's been a mix as far as they're concerned. But again, dragged down a little bit, spinning down the leg side. So 7 runs in the over and a wicket. 59 for 3, 12 done. They're 59 for 3, 12 overs done. Well, UAE will be desperate to get to around 120 to 130. At least that should be the target. At the moment, at the current rate, they might get to around 100. That's bowled very slow. She hardly had any pace to deal with. This is clever bowling. I put it down to experience.
Well, why use the front of your bat when you can use the bottom? Threw the shot so early.
Again, in the gap this time. Just a bit uppish, but I can see the ploy of Nashra. She's looking to bowl slow. She's challenging the batter to create the pace she wants. So she's looking to come down the pitch. She's looking to play those horizontal shots. That time uppishly, but she gets to. Cheeky. That's really cheeky. I think the slowness allowed her to make that adjustment. They'll come back for 2.
Well, she tried this shot on a number of occasions against Nepal. That time, though, they had a 45 and eventually she hit a catch. No fielder in that position today. It's a shot she favours. Even though there's no pace to send it for 4, it's a useful 2.
Yeah, that's why you need to do your homework, especially against the opposition. You need to know their strengths and weaknesses.
One would actually assume when you say that most teams would have their matchups, they would have all the information that is provided to them. So they'll be looking at different players and what kind of bowling plans they would come up with.
Very nice.
So I think it's about execution. Short and wide. And these days, Marina, players are well fed with a lot of information.
Yeah, I do agree with that, but still there are certain areas on which you can actually nag them down. And if you do that, you force them to step out of their comfort zone and try to do something different. And that's exactly where you can open up an avenue of opportunities to grab those wickets.
Oh, it's 100%, no doubt about it. Couldn't have agreed with you more. Again, swung away on the leg side. Should be cut off. Good work. In fact, they'll be happy with one. They'll keep it down to a single. 6 of the over. 65 for 3. Right, coming up later today, India will make their appearance. On air at 6:30 for this game. The game starts at 7. India versus Nepal. Well, the high-riding Indians, the tournament favourites, will be in action yet again. Third time in the current Asia Cup. Haven't they looked an awesome side? Plenty of experience, good batting. There's a blend of experience and youth. Pace, spin, good batting. Looks an awesome unit. So at the moment, UAE 65 for 3. They've got 7 overs left. The captain continues, Nida Dar. Again, just sliding down the leg side. See, when you look at someone like Nida Dar, in a game that is studded with a lot of unorthodoxy, to have somebody as orthodox as her. Now, what about her? Right, this is Satish, favorite cricketer. Jemima Rodriguez, what a player she is, Jemima. And MS Dhoni. Saw her batting in that Asia Cup in Sylhet and she's immediately created an impression. Jemima. Yeah, if not a cricketer, tennis player. Okay, favorite athlete, Lionel Messi. So she is a Messi fan. All right, question to you ladies as you're silent. Who are your favorite athletes?
Current favorite, Katie Taylor.
And you, Marina?
Well, currently, I think when we talk about cricket, it's obviously Elise Perry. I've watched her a lot. And also Isabel.
Nice.
Just because she's signaling it to me. No, I've played alongside her and had huge respect and learned a lot from you. So that's a given.
That's nice. It's always good to acknowledge friends.
Only friends now. Played against Mitali too many times as well.
Big hit, big hit. Hasn't timed it well. That's a bit of a surprise because if you look at the flags on the scoreboard, it tells you that there is a very stiff breeze blowing to that direction.
The sound wasn't great. I think it hit right at the top of her bat there as she looked to swing it around. Have a look now. She moves across, gives herself position. It just got a slight bit more bounce maybe than she was expecting. Nida's very good at that. She pulls the pace right off. Yet again, she's done it there. Fuller this time, so she's drawing you into playing the shot you should have played last delivery. That often happens when you see Nida bowl. So she's bowled that little bit fuller, tiny bit more pace, and she's got a dot ball because of it.
But directions has been a little bit poor. Nida Dar keeps away a boundary. 8 of the over, 73 for 3. UAE after 14.
That's why I keep on emphasizing that it's important to close in the over cleanly. 6-4 was coming off it, and then this ball just drifting down the leg. Bit quicker, helped it on its way and picked up a boundary. That's good batting from Satish. These small things actually makes huge difference at the end.
73 for 3. So Tuba continues. Right arm leg spin. Starts off with a full toss. Quite a few bowlers used by Pakistan at the moment. This is their 7th bowler. Do you see there's a case for 7 bowlers here? Because if you look at the ones who have bowled, the economy has been quite good. They've kept things tight. So sometimes one wonders why you need to go and have such options and use so many bowlers when you could close things up with about at a max 6.
I think Fatma and Sadia will close things out. So there's 2 overs here that she wants to get away with. Sometimes it's about a change is as good as anything. That quicker delivery, the leg spinner, Tuba Hassan, she's brought on the change in bowling and it's paid dividends.
Well, questions like that sometimes makes you feel silly when wickets fall. You ask why, and this is why. So, Tuba gets that wicket. That's what they were after. And that is a big wicket. Tirtha Satish out for 40 of 36. UAE 74 for 4. Hina, I would call her Hina, that's easier. 74 for 4. 19 games, 122 runs, a strike rate of 82. Always the average tends to worry a little bit. I mean, an average over 20 is good. If you're averaging around 30, it's very good, I think, in T20 cricket. But looking at the UAE batters, most of them have been around 15 or under. So that could be a concern and a bit of a worry when it comes to run making, building innings, partnerships. So Tuba with her leg spin, she's already struck. Nicely looped.
Yeah, Tuba had a bad day against India, were taken to cleaners, but on this occasion, just trying to keep things tight. Wasn't a wise shot selection from Tirtha.
Wrist spinners have been a revelation in the T20 format, whether you're in the women's version or the men's version. They can be a real threat. They'll go for a few, yes, but they will get you wickets. They are match winners. If you look at Tuba here, she might bowl the odd full toss, she might bowl the long hop, but she can get you wickets with that kind of bowling. So much of revs on the ball, quick turn, you'll find the ball dropping on the batter. Swung away on the leg side, you'll get a single. In fact, what's going on here? This is poor running. And poor fielding as well. There was never 2. I thought the batter made a mistake by calling for that second run when the fielder had the ball. And then the return, that was bad.
No, well, she picked up the ball in front of the wrong foot. So the extra step really cost here for Sidra. I mean, left foot forward, needed the other foot forward. Another ramp shot. That's the favourite area. Another misfield. It won't cost them this time. So a bit of sloppiness from Pakistan to close out the 15th over. UAE 78 for 4.
Enter the final 5 overs. Last ball of the previous over. hit it in the deep. They're always in business with two, but the batters again were not on the same wavelength. Tirtha Satish just took off and the non-striker was ball watching, which is why Munibali has said keeper, by which time the throw's gone to the wrong end. And that's why she's not happy. Captain endorses that feeling. Bowled, cleaned up, Sadia back into the attack and makes a mess of the stumps. Khushi Sharma is gone and the UAE have lost half their side.
Yes, Saida bowls with a bit of speed there. She didn't expect the ball to come so quicker and played for a sweep shot, which was absolutely not there, not meant for that ball. Sadia gets 5th wicket. Khushi walks back, scoring 12, UAE 78 for 5.
Slight concerned look now, because this could go wrong very quickly for the UAE. Just in the game, they're still going in excess of 5 as Samaira Dharnidarka walks in at 7. Capable batter, batted 3 for the UAE in the under-19 side. Talented bowler as well, and she just gets a bit of a score here.
I think Sadia, the line that she bowls, especially the length, keeping it tight, not giving too much room for the batter, especially in this stage of the innings. She's a very effective, very disciplined bowler.
She's into her 3rd over. She's conceded 3 singles and a wicket. Now 4. India's batters took a liking to her with a small target to chase, and after that she struck back nicely against Nepal. 2 for 19, 1 for 4 today. Nita Dar has used 7 bowlers, including herself. For the left-handed Hina Hotchandani, extra fielder on the offside, interestingly. So you got 4 fielders catching, rather inside the ring, at the edge. Just short, fine leg. And just this has been an untidy innings, just flagged with a couple of brilliant catches. I explained that, Mithali Raj.
Well, it is just disappointing to see Pakistan, a reputed team, to not follow the basics of the game, not have anyone backing the bowler, which is, quite surprising to me itself, that, and especially not picking up the throws when there is an opportunity for run out.
I don't want to get too ahead of myself with this game. Of course, Pakistan will get the job done. But they're also looking at their next challenge. Sri Lanka barely put a foot wrong, outstanding in the field, batters in form, bowlers backing them up. They'll have to bring their A game in the semi-final. I don't think there's going to be a lot of training before that semi-final, so this is trying to polish every aspect of your game. Sadia Iqbal, good over though, 82 for 5, and she's an important player for this Pakistan side, and her journey is worth revisiting.
मैंने क्रिकेट शुरू किया था 2017 आफ्टर माय ग्रेजुएशन. मैं पहले हैंडबॉल खेलती थी, तो क्रिकेट मेरी सिटी में इतना क्रिकेट का स्कोप था ही नहीं. मैं बॉलिंग कर रही थी एक जगह, तो मुझे सईद अजमल ने देखा था बॉलिंग करते हुए, तो उन्होंने मेरे भाई को बोला कि इसको क्रिकेट खिलाओ, ये अच्छी बॉलर है, अच्छा आगे चली जाएगी. तो फिर वैसे ही क्रिकेट शुरू हो गई थी मेरी.
Most wickets for Pakistan this calendar year. More calling and shouting, and eventually just a single. Stubasan bowls the 17th.
That was a full toss. Could have been utilized because UAE needs boundaries, especially in the last 5 overs. They've been very, very cautious in the first 6 overs with about 4 run rate. But the middle overs, they tried to make it up, got it to 5. But now is the time to go big.
Trying to go big. Didn't get much of it once again. Now.
Guys, हर कोई 2 के लिए ready है, शाबाश.
They've gone upstairs. Umpire has gone upstairs. I think that's hit the batter and that's ricocheted onto the stumps. This would be a bizarre run out if it is to happen. Seem confident. Let's have a look. Oh, touch and go. Has she grounded the bat in time? That is the decision for Gayatri Venugopalan, the TV umpire. Now it's that frame there. I think that's where the bails are disturbed. We'll have to look at it from the other side. Now is the bail entirely off the groove? Now here it looks like it's grounded. Tough one this. Call it, Mithali.
So I think it would have been much easier for Samaira to drag the bat here rather than just keeping the bat at that exact movement. But we'll just have to see whether she has grounded the bat before the bails were taken off, or was she split seconds late?
Yeah, it's a tough one. They're not lighting up these stumps and bails, so you also have to determine at what point was the bail entirely off its groove. If it's in between frames, it's on the umpire's judgment. Yeah, she's not made matters easier for herself though. Right, big call for the TV umpire. She rules in favor of the batter. Dharni Darka will read a sigh of relief. As it turns out, it would have been a terribly unlucky dismissal. Well, that doesn't stop her from going hard next. Catch, chance, gone. The outfield catching has been top-notch. That's Gul Feroza at deep mid-wicket. So she cannot capitalize on the fortune of the previous ball. Dharni Darka is dismissed.
Pitched up, intent was good to go big, but she found the fielder in the deep and it was a simple catch. And Dharnika has to walk back, scoring 3, UAE 85 for 6.
Well, we are not short of incident in this innings. It's 85 for 6 as Lavanya Kenny walks out. Best of 42. I'd love for her to just stitch some kind of high impact partnership with Hinaut Chandani. There's a lot that's happened in this over. Start with the wicket that brings Lavanya Kenny here. Just went hard.
Against the spin, but then she didn't connect it well. She had to go for that shot, Ronak, because they have to score runs here. But looking at UAE's depth in batting, both against Nepal and India, they couldn't really score more than run a ball in the last 5 overs. So it gets very important for a team like UAE to have the main batters playing the most of the overs.
Especially at this stage. They don't like keeping that dressing room's heartbeat normal. Every ball will create some excitement, even if there's nothing. There's a wicket in the over and 5 runs, 87 for 6. Runner ball gets them to 105. From here, 8 and over, 1-1-1. Sadia will bowl out.
Nice, Sadia.
Now, before that, Nidarka was dismissed. She had her heart in her mouth because of a rather bizarre moment. You'll often see that when the throw comes in from the deep, could ricochet off the batter and go for a boundary. This is ricocheted off the batter and hit her own stumps. That's one of the rare times where the batters actually contributed or facilitated to her downfall. And she was still a little dozy towards the end. She could have completed her run without incident. I guess she felt like when she felt the impact of the ball on her body that, okay, it's safe, it's hit me, it's not going to hit the stumps.
I think precisely why she probably didn't show the intent of reaching the end quicker. If it was someone else, another batter, reputed batter, would again, Pakistan there misses a chance of a run out. The bowler doesn't collect the ball.
So they're going to catch the most unbelievable boundary catches and they're going to miss the most straightforward run out chances. There you go. A story of the Pakistan side today and perhaps for many, many years. That's squeezed past the infield, no one deep on the offside, it'll be 2. Both dugouts, if they just turn their eye for a few minutes, they'll miss plenty in this game. Nida Dar would be do well to just keep her heart rate down. Isha Oza as well. Some of the running between the wickets. All I'll say is it's a young team, folks. Average age of 21, and some of them are supremely talented. The Ozas are here as well. Nice to see them. A number of the family members of the UAE team have travelled here to Sri Lanka. There we go. Mr. and Mrs. Oza. And now in all that chaos, umpires are checking for a short run. Right. Inao Chandani and Lavanya Kenny. I think we're just going to have a slight delay while umpire has a look. I think we're okay, but we just need confirmation from the officials. Right. Running between the wickets is an aspect that teams will need to work on. And just double checking both ends. Yeah, that's the end. Just by a matter of millimeters. It's excellent judgment. She doesn't want to cover any more ground than she has to. Right, Sadia Iqbal has 2 more balls to go. How many more run-out chances can she produce? Again, a chance. Well, they have just created moments of magic. Goal Feroza again. It's another stunner. And the best of Pakistan on display.
I think just after they've referred for the short, whether it is a short run, and there she goes for that big hit. That's a lovely catch. Just few meters above the ground. I think more than the fielding and the throws, the catches have been brilliant on the Pakistan side.
That is fantastic from Feroza. Hina Hochandani's gone for 9. UAE are 7 down for 91. Vaishnavi Mahesh, young leg spinner. 17 years of age, born in Chennai.
Vaishnavi, left arm coming around. Last ball.
Sadia Iqbal continues to have a big say with the ball. Has 1 ball to go in her spell. She had another. Oh, big appeal, big appeal. Umpire says no, perhaps going down with the angle. Really good spell from Sadia Iqbal, 91 for 7, 2 to play. Right, this is Gul Feroza with second fine catch in the deep. She got runs in the last game. She's made it look easy. That's just top class. She's also a capable keeper. This goes to show why she's chosen to deployed in the deep. Terrific outfielder. Tubasan. Very straight, long on and long off in place, these final 2 overs.
I think these 2 overs UAE should try and get as many runs as they can. If they don't have a hitter in their ranks, should clearly go for run or ball. At least they will cross 100. That would be a decent total for them.
Well, Vaishnavi gets a taste of her own medicine. Lovely turning leg break. One leggy to another. In the gap. That's a good response. Does it have the legs to go all the way? Does not. The UAE have kept us interested right till the end with their running between the wickets. This time they get 3. Vaishnavi's off the mark.
Nicely timed. Shot outside off stump. She gets it through the infield. And yes, young side, they make it 3 runs.
Yeah, probably just took the toe. Otherwise you get value for your shots here. The minute it clears the infield, if you strike it reasonably well, it's more often than not gone all the way. These are handy runs. They like to push to 110 if they can. And for that, Lavanya will need to keep as much strike as possible. She's off strike now with the single. Yeah, not the big finish that they would have wanted. Tirtha Satish batted a long time in the innings. And again, they just take off straight away. And once again, the question is asked. Umpire Rathi's given a shake of the head, but she sent it up for double checking anyway. She has been a busy, busy woman today, the TV umpire. Took a second to just position the ball cleanly in her hands. Tuba Hassan, it actually got to her quickly enough. By the time she's gathered it cleanly, it moved a little bit in her hands as well, for she had complete control. That's allowed batter to make her ground with a full stretch drive. Try to catch it. 19 gone, 98 for 7. It's been an innings. It's been lit up with some outstanding catching in the D. First, the captain, Isha Oza. This was a terrific catch by Alia Riaz. The wind complicating things. She had to run back from inside the circle at mid-off. Rajit then attempting the big shot. Just made it look easy. That is a brilliant one from Sidra Amin. And then Gulfar Reza with a couple. That was the more difficult of the two. Miss Hochandani.
They've been good in the outfield in terms of the catches. Last over, Lavanya on strike. She tries to step out and finally she gets it. The bowler gets a direct.
It's an advertisement for running between the wickets. Or should I say for not the most competent running between the wickets. Brilliant from Arup Shah. Full stretch dive, stops it, composes, takes aim, fires, hits. Another UAE batter is dismissed due to poor running. It's Lavanya Kenny this time. Run out for 5, 98 for 8. Well, would you believe it? That was the first run out of the innings. Amazing. Leg by to take the score on to 99. Now, how good is Arup Shah here? Kenny down the track, just takes off immediately.
I think that was a good fielding of her own bowling. I think that is what created that opportunity, and she gets the direct. But the captain was more happy this time. Finally, they get the first run out, as you mentioned.
Yeah, they've come close to getting it all innings. Should have had it early. There was the opportunity with Dharni Dharka as well. Well, at least they've got to 3 figures. 100 comes up for the UAE. And even in that run out of Lavanya Kenny, she's just, the minute it struck bat, she's just taken off. Just hold on, take aim, just take stock of the situation, see if it clears the bowler. Vaishnavi Mahesh goes for the big one, no real power behind it. Moves on the bounce to the fielder at long off. I think they just they press the panic button when it comes to these singles inside the circle. Just need to get better at that. They learn with experience, but that's one area that can be controlled. Kept low.
I think as soon as it hits the bat, they're off. I think they just have to take a couple of seconds to see if there is an opportunity for a run or not. But at the same time, the calls has to be louder, irrespective whether you're taking a single or not. If you give calls, I think that should be enough, even for the non-striker not to take that a longer start.
Last ball of the innings. They will run 2 this time. Anything can happen. Anything does happen. And Arup Shah, after effecting a brilliant run out, has just missed the ball. Just slightly wide the throw. But a ball that is a fitting tribute to the innings. With a chaotic 2, that takes the UAE score to 103. Not the easiest throw. In fairness, in Arup Shah's defense. Should have gone in off the bounce. Yeah, Nidha's done that about 72 times this innings. But she may not be too displeased with the overall result. 103 for 8 after being put in by Pakistan. Innings that lacked for 1 or 2 players just playing that big innings. They've still gone at just over 5. But they'd be disappointed, the UAE, and Pakistan would be very pleased with that effort. Yeah, they rely heavily on Isha Oza and Tirtha Satish. Both got to double figures, but Oza just had a restless innings. Eventually perished to Nashra Sandhu. Tirtha Satish tried to anchor and played well. 40 of 36, just lost her wicket at the worst possible time. And after that, you could see why they rely on the top two so much. Khushi-Mohan Sharma got to double figures. Kavisha Kumari is in form, but could not get more than two today. And just single figure scores all around as the UAE make their way to 103 for 8. They didn't have that one partnership they would have wanted of 40 or 50 plus. It's 29 at the top. It took its time though. But Tirtha Satish has top scored here. And here she is now with Marina Iqbal.
Handy innings from you, Tirtha. Tell us about what your mindset was and the conditions in the middle.
You know, going in the last two innings wasn't the best of mine, and last game we got nothing to lose. Just go out there and enjoy. You don't play sides like Pakistan every day, so whatever opportunity you get, make the most out of it. And in the middle, the pitch seems little low bounce, so I think, and it's turning well as well. So we think our spinners are going to work well today.
Given the conditions, who would be your best bowler against Pakistan in these conditions?
I think no matter the conditions, I think Kavisha and Vaishu are always handy, and I think we can expect a cameo from Sam as well.
And I know that you're a huge Lionel Messi fan.
Yeah.
Still got that soccer skills going on, or you've left it?
No, it's a part of my warm-up routine. A match doesn't happen without it.
That's brilliant. Go well. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
It's always so nice to listen to Tirtha Satish. Conversation down there with Marina Iqbal, and Pakistan would be pretty happy with their all-round bowling effort. Sadia Iqbal again 2 for 11. Tuba Hassan and Nashra Sandhu among the wickets as well. Well, they won the toss, decided to bowl yet again. Fatima Sana just drifting to start the innings with a boundary. Isha Oza. Power play was sedate. Tirtha Satish with the occasional boundary. Took down Omaima. But Isha Oza never found her timing today. Eventually dismissed. A very good catch by Alia Riaz. The wind complicating matters for her. And Renita Rajit, in typical fashion, hit one, got a couple, and then when she needed a little bit of luck, she just did not get it. Terrific catch by Sidra Amin at long on this occasion. Disappointed Renita Rajit. Nidadar hasn't bowled, gets the ball, gets a wicket first ball. It was that simple for the Pakistan captain. Tirtha Satish carried on in her merry way. 5 boundaries in that innings of 40. And this was a big moment with Tuba Hassan getting one to turn across the left-hander. Stumps were rattled by Sadia Iqbal to dismiss Khushi Sharma. And Pakistan's catching in the deep. Perfect. Gul Feroz on that occasion. She's going to take a much more difficult chance in a moment. There she is. Excellent to dismiss Hina Chandani. Innings that hasn't been known for its calm running between the wickets. And you'll see more evidence of it. This was the last ball. Pakistan missed plenty of chances to effect run-outs. And that was of the last ball. It gives the UAE 103. Means Pakistan will need to chase 104 to secure a semi-final spot in the Asia Cup, provided nothing exceptional, and that run chase is coming right up.
Welcome back. UAE batting first, made 103 for 8. Well, not an impressive batting performance. They wanted more for sure. But they got something on the board to try and challenge Pakistan. Let's take a look at their batting card. It was Satish, Peter Satish, who made 40. There was Sharma, who made 12, and 16 at the top to Isha Oza. The rest of the batting really struggled against a varied Pakistan bowling attack. Lots of spin, seam up, and then lots of spin. 2 for 11 for Sadia Iqbal, and 2 for 22 for Nashiz Sandhu, and 2 wickets also for Tuba Hudson. Right, so we're going to have the UAE team coming out to try and defend this 104, 103 they've made. And these surfaces generally have looked very good in double. I got Mithali with me. Mithali, what are your thoughts on the UAE effort?
I think the batting innings hasn't really shaped as much as they would have wanted. There were no notable partnerships from that batting order, but still, and the target 104 is, I would say, can be a fighting tool provided they bowl a disciplined line and length, don't give too many freebies. Though Pakistan is coming from a good win against Nepal, the opening partnership, there was about 100 plus opening partnership for them against Nepal, the last game. So if UAE can get 2-3 early wickets here in the power play, then they can make a match of it.
Wickets will be the key for the UAE. 104, I'm not sure they could bowl dot balls and win it. Dot balls can create pressure, create opportunities for wickets, but they also need to have bowlers who could do that. Feroza, well, strike rate of 96, that's very impressive. 167 runs, but just 12 games. That's not a lot of experience compared to the rest or some of the others who are playing. So
Muniba Ali, 50 plus matches, 18 average, and the only centurion from the Pakistan side in the T20 internationals. A lot is expected of her because she's a seasoned cricketer from the Pakistan squad, and it is very important for Pakistan to have a good opening partnership, because this season they've pretty much lost matches in this format, whether against West Indies at home, against England in England. It's not been a great year for Pakistan, and as we speak, the first ball, I think the keeper drops Feroza. Samaira would be very, very disappointed. There was an opportunity in the very first ball.
well, Samaira creating that opportunity. Nice action, whippy action, that should have been taken. These are the catches that you expect to be taken. And especially when you're defending a small score, you need every half chance, leave alone the straightforward ones.
I think, Roshan, as you were talking about the importance of taking wickets, this was straight up. Had you taken that catch, had the keeper taken that catch, Pakistan would already be 1-0.
Yes, Adira looks an impressive seam bowler. Nice action, hard, strong action, nice run up. And very easy at the crease. And I think she can generate reasonable pace. She hits the bat hard. She's got a strong follow through as well. Yeah, that's a big shot. Down to backward square leg, but he certainly, to me, she looks quite impressive as a prospect.
Yes, and also that she can surprise you with a bouncer. She did that first game against Nepal, where she got a couple of bouncers bowled to the Nepal batters. But are very promising. There is potential. A little bit of more grooming and more matches, exposure.
You're talking about the short one, and that's what she gets. And you don't see many short balls bowled by fast bowlers in the women's game. At least I haven't seen many. Sadira has doesn't have a very long run-up. It's a shortish run-up, but a very balanced, athletic run-up and a nice, strong action. Good follow-through. And also she tends to skid on a bit. As you say, she can surprise a batter with some pace.
Because the release point is very different to a bowler who can be tall. That's why her ball tends to skid a lot more, and she gets a couple of balls quite in, and she creates that momentum from her run up, and that is why her action is very easy to the eyes.
I like the follow through as well, though this is thumped on the offside, short and wide. Good way to end the over. They got 9, Pakistan, without loss at the end of the first over.
Leg. Middle. Right arm coming over to you.
Kavisha Kumari, 37 wickets. Looks like an off spinner to me, the way she's just going through her bowling processes. That's a study of concentration.
Sidra Amin there, again the seasoned batter for Pakistan, who usually comes open, but this tournament she's been sent at number 3. Someone who scored runs, is the highest run getter in this calendar year for Pakistan.
This is that last boundary, nice punch. Really didn't have to move, she had the length to play it. Nicely played, nicely done. Just drifting onto the pads. Oh no, that's not good cricket. I think that's 4. I'm wondering whether he touched the ropes. Yeah, that's confirmed. The umpire is confirming it. Not even a confirmation from the third umpire. She's seen that from quite a distance. Let's see.
Just that a little bit of tap onto that ball. Because there was no pace, it didn't really travel to the boundary, but there, that's a boundary. The bowler definitely won't be too happy about it.
Well done to the umpire. She picked it. She's getting turned. Definite turn that time. And also a bit of bounce.
The bounce is because the wicket is very hard. It's really hard. And this is the second day after the first game, the first day of the tournament, and this is the second day that is being played on this wicket. There is an appeal. The umpire is not interested, but I think because the surface is hard, there is bounce. It can be dry because it's quite hot outside, and if there are any bowlers who can actually use their fingers and turn it, it can definitely offer them spin.
The surface is definitely dry. There's no doubt about it, because I think there would have been the spraying of a bit of water. I don't think they have watered it fully as the tournament started. So there might be spraying and rolling, but it's very dry. Oh, bowl, that was sliding on from round the wicket. That's a good angle for the off spinner to bowl, but very unfortunate. Goes away for 4. Moral victory for the bowler, but 17 on the board for Pakistan. Without loss. Well, nice drift for the off spinner. She's bowling to a cross crease and it just went with the arm. Where is the slip?
I think Isha will learn with experience, but the minute you see a couple of balls of your spinners turning, you should straight away get your slip in, respective, because even if it drifts, there is a catching position and one not ball turns, you still have that catching position there. So I'm sure this with experience and more matches, Isha will be able to, you know, maneuver her field sets.
Good fielding at short third. This is Kushi. Yeah, it's so important. I think exposure matters a lot. As they continue to play, they start learning, they encounter different kinds of situations. And it's about handling situations. It's about knowing how to absorb pressure. Your T20 is such a pressure cooker game. The women's game amongst some of the countries could be played at a slightly slower pace, but still, it is a pressure cooker game. Bit of bounce, but that's a wide.
Also in this format, you should be looking for some cures. There, Kushi Sharma, her run-up. If she can get her hands closer to the body, there will be better alignment there. And if she can come a little more closer to the wicket at her jump, she will get the line even more inside, probably hitting the stumps.
And she should try and look to use her height. She's quite tall. Obviously, always that extra bit of bounce, and this is the jump that you're talking about. And yes, you're right, she tends to bowl a little bit wide of the crease. I'm sure she could add a yard or two in pace, and with her height, she can get the ball to go through quite nicely. And she could be a tough proposition.
Kavi catch is coming.
4, short and wide. That is asking for trouble. Don't give width at that length with two fielders inside that 30-yard circle.
Roshan, she'll definitely have more balls to bowl at that line is because of her jump out. She very rarely will get her line into the stumps, and as long as you're bowling outside off in this format, it is easy picking for the batters to cut you, and no matter how many fielders you will have behind point, it'll still go for a boundary.
Yeah, you're right. Yes, it's all about width, isn't it? You keep looking for width. But she can get bounced. Now that delivery was bouncing.
Gul Feroza's 50 against Nepal of 35 deliveries. She's played all-round shots, drives. She did get few freebies, but she has dispatched them for boundaries. Someone who's had a very good domestic season, and that's why she's been picked in the side for this tournament.
She looks well organized. Even that shot that he just played from outside the off-stump, strong wrists. And very fine innings. Great shots, nice sweep shots. Very strong square of the wicket. Yeah, Gul Feroza, very fine innings. Love to watch proper batting. There's still a place for orthodoxy, good technique in T20 cricket. It's not all about hitting sixes and fours. This is high. This is really high. Can someone take it? Oh yes. It was not going to be easy. It's a high swelling catch. Don't forget there's a very strong cross breeze and she just couldn't lay a finger on it. But these are important catches. 26 without loss.
Coming around.
This is the previous ball, the last ball of the previous over. High up, Muniba. And there, Isha. She was nowhere under the ball. Felt like she was a little slow to reach the ball. But as a captain, if you could have taken that catch, which is so needed for UAE at the moment. They need to get wickets if they have to make a match out of this.
Sweep. Good fielding, very good fielding. This is Hina. They're very good with the sweep, aren't they? That's an indication that they play spin well.
Even against India, Pakistan batters have relied heavily on reverse sweep and sweeps. But I'm also... Oh, where did that impact on the bat? She tried to sweep. I think it took the back of the bat and went through the third man for a boundary. But yes, as Pakistan batters, I think they're pretty strong square of the wicket. But I think when you want to play spinners, you also have to use your footwork.
Yeah, just looking at that 4, I think you need to keep an eye on the umpire. She was calling it a wide. It's not a wide because he definitely touched the bat, and I felt that, as you said, maybe back of the bat and went to third rather than actually fine leg. So 30, that's not a wide, though the umpire signaled it that way. Now Midon comes into the circle. So never easy to bowl in power plays. You've got to be very, very controlled. You've got to know your bowling plan. So they got two fielders, I beg your pardon, on the leg side. Deep mid wicket, deep backward square leg. Short and wide. She needs to be bowling straight here, not outside the off stump when you look at the field, because she's leaving some allowance for the drift. It's a strong breeze that's going across, so bowl straight. That should be the plan. She has a fielder there, so that's all right.
Yes, I think when you have two of your fielders on the onside, especially the deep mid-wicket and deep square leg, that means your line of attack has to be onto the stumps and not give width for the batter to cut you or to play back foot.
Last ball of the over. Ball. She was playing for turn. If you watched her, she had closed her bat. It just went straight through. 31 without loss. 4 overs done. And Pakistan looking pretty at the moment, going at 7.75. Coming up, the next game, the big one, India. Well, for the third time in this Asia Cup versus Nepal. And they do have a very fine captain batter, Amanpreet. She is a very strong striker, quick scorer. Again, a lovely batter to watch. Very, very powerful. And that's a knock against. This was against UAE. Really took them on. Some exquisite shots. Amanpreet, the captain of India. So that will happen. India versus Nepal will happen later in the day. That's the second game. 6:30 will be live and 7 o'clock the game starts. At the moment it's UAE versus Pakistan. Pakistan in pursuit of a fairly modest 103 for 8. 31 without loss at the moment.
Bowling change, Suraksha Kote. 43 matches, 31 wickets. A decent economy. Under 4. And straight away there was a sweep. Do they get second? They do go for a second. I think she's someone, usually in today's time you see a spinner, if they're coming around, they tend to have a straighter run up. Someone who's going diagonal and trying to bowl. But for a leg spinner bowling to a right-hander and you're going diagonal, you tend to jump a little away from the stumps, and that probably is difficult for her to consistently bowl where she wants to bowl. She can bowl, she can go down the leg sometimes, use a little more energy to get the line onto the off stump.
And also, what about she bowling round the wicket against this cross breeze? Because if she tends to bowl on the leg side, And with this pitch not turning much, cross breeze, even a miss hit can take it over the line. So I would think, now this is what you're talking about, the diagonal run up. And yes, it's so important. The release points are important. Place it late. Yeah, it's so important that you're very, very balanced and controlled at the point of release.
Also, if you're bowling over the stumps for a righty, you have a better chance of turning the ball from the stump line. Whereas now she cannot get much turn. All she can do is just get her line right.
Yeah, if she can get her line right, she'll be fine. But if she drifts onto the pads, that's where the problem is. But now to the left-hander, I don't mind this, because the left-hander will have to go against the stiff breeze. So she's got a deep mid-wicket, and she's got a deep extra cover. Now that run-up is interesting, because to the left-hander, she has a more straightish approach from round the wicket. But to the right-hander, it's the diagonal approach.
Yeah, you can take Kabir.
That was a wrong one, but yes, this is interesting. Is she going to continue bowling with a straighter run-up? That's a good change, getting a slip in.
Last ball of the over. Yeah, again, I think that's another wrong one. 5 done, 34 without loss.
That's the story so far. UAE struggled with the bat, just over 100 for them. Mainstay was Tirtha Satish, he couldn't go on though, so top score for UAE 40 has been equalled today. Hina Hotchandani to continue, the left arm spinner.
Gul Firoza and Muniba Ali just carrying on from that partnership where they found some rhythm. And Gul Firoza has gone down the ground with authority. Now she's in a different zone after that maiden 50 in the last game. That's her 5th boundary.
Yeah, that's what a good knock can do to you. A match-winning knock. Look at the confidence coming down the track, getting closer to the pitch of delivery, and good extension of the arms. Good start for Pakistan. These openers, they needed it.
Good response. Fired in and just got bat down in time. Now, Hina Hotchandani.
Well, every time she's bowling, she does a lovely little kick. Everyone has their superstitions, and that's hers. Get her in the cheerleading squad if she doesn't make it as a cricketer.
Did you have one, Izzy? Superstition?
It works! The superstition works. Muniba teased and invited down the track, tossed up wide, and a sharp bit of work from Tirtha Satish. We will go upstairs. Just at first look, looks like Hina might have provided the first breakthrough.
Yeah, looked like a premeditated shot from Muniba, maybe trying to replicate what Gul Firoza did the other delivery. Was way in the shot quite early, got out of the crease. That's some handiwork, clean work from Tirtha Satish. Trying to get back, but I don't think she's made it.
Really clean hands. We've known that about her. UAE are lucky in their wicketkeeper. She's young, she'll be there for a very long time, and this is good work. Look how she hasn't given with the ball. That's the key there. Hard hands, so she's able to get back to the stumps nice and quickly. Good effort at the splits, but not enough from Muniba.
TV umpire wants to be absolutely sure. I think it's only a matter of time before we see that one talented left-hand wicket-keeper bat has dismissed the other. TV umpire is Gayatri Venugopalan from India. And I think it's pretty clear from those pictures that there is no part of the foot of Munibali grounded behind the line. Bails are off there. If you want to be sure they're off there. I never like it when it takes this long, because then there is doubt suddenly. There you go, bails out of the groove. You don't need to go that far. We do not need to go that far. That's the frame. Well, Munibali was halfway through to the dugout. She's just holding on now. Perhaps praying that there's something, some divine intervention that has put part of the foot behind the crease.
Well, if it is given out, which we think it should be, it's a good piece of bowling from Hina Hochandani. Hung the ball outside off stump. She knows that these two batters are on the attack, so the chance is, if she doesn't turn it back in, which she didn't, it would miss the outside edge. It is a good effort going back inside the crease, but I think that Tirtha Satish is just quick enough.
Okay, I am absolutely shocked. I am stumped, but Muniba Ali is not. That is the problem when you look at it over and over again. I'm sorry that we had a clear vision there of the bail out of the groove and the ball and the foot not behind the crease. The umpire has deemed otherwise. That is truly divine intervention for Muniba Ali. All yours, Isabel Joyce and Marina Iqbal.
Thanks for that. Well, there's silence around the ground for UAE. The fielders all a little bit shocked at that one. Disappointment for Hina Hochandani. Good bowling from her, but doesn't manage to get the wicket. Sweep shot now into space. I think they'll look to come for two. They should have, but happy to just take the single.
Yeah, well, Muniba Ali got another life. Divine intervention, probably. But that shot wasn't needed. She needs to realize that. Gulfaroza is hitting it cleanly. Was way out of the blocks quite early, and Hina, good bowling, just pushed it further.
Well, the superstition hasn't worked. Take it all back. Needs to do a couple of kicks more next time. It's nice to see that they're not making more of it. They don't have the pictures on the big screen when the TV umpire is adjudicating. It's an over in which Hina should have had a wicket. As it turns out, it's a strong start in the power play from Pakistan. They are 42 without loss. Well, Gulfaroza and Muniba Ali started strongly against Nepal. There was a nervous moment early on for Feroza. A couple of outside edges. A few mishits. This was a tough chance. The breeze plays its part, just adds to the troubles of catching here in Dambulla. Still would have wanted to take that. And in the last over, umpire took a long time and decided that there was no clear evidence, in the opinion of the TV umpire, to confirm the stumping. It's a solid start in the power play for Pakistan. It's the first time they've not lost a wicket in the first 6 in this tournament. We'll now have more fielders out, form of 3 on the leg side, 1 on the off.
Yeah, good, solid and steady start from Pakistan. Gulfaroza carrying on the momentum and the form. 29 of 25. Muniba probably has taken the back seat, but this partnership is complementing each other beautifully. The left right hand combination as well. UAE will have to deal with it.
Unusual angle of approach, across and around to even the right-hander. Now Tirtha Satish thought that she had effected a stumping here. Now we just go back. This is the frame which was just corroborated from the other side when we looked at it from the other angle, where I think everyone in the combox and a number of you watching at home would have thought that's good enough. The problem is, at what point does the TV umpire think the bail is completely dislodged? Now let's go back a little bit, and that's the frame, exactly that. That's where the bail is already dislodged, but the umpire has deemed that that's not enough. I think that's an incorrect interpretation, for what it's worth. You also have LED bails these days and stumps, which tells you perhaps that the moment of the bail being disturbed is earlier than perceived to the naked eye. It's an education that we've received since the Zing bails have come in and stumps being lit up. So it's something you can take even when a tournament doesn't have that. Anyway, we move on, as the UAE have, quite sportingly. Ahmad Reza does not cut a happy picture. .46 without loss. Just 58 more needed now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who else would get a chance to bat. Openers have got pretty decent 2 games. Sidra Amin against India get a chance to bat, was out. Vishnav Mahesh, an important and pivotal spinner for UAE, especially in these conditions, and that's exactly what Satish mentioned. Some batters need practice from Pakistan as well. Nida hasn't batted. Alia not so effective, and going into the semis, if they win this game, it's important to have some match practice. So it'll be interesting to see if they shuffle up the batting order or not.
The second time in this tournament that Vaishnavi's pulled out before her first ball, and just given the non-striker a little glare. She did it against India.
And she seems to be really prepared for it. I wonder if the batter doesn't leave their ground, does that put her off actually even more? She's expecting it so much. Would she be ready to deliver that first one?
Slow and turning away. Yeah, and I think what she's doing is just sounding off the batters at the start of her spell. I don't want any of this on my bowling. Muniba, don't test your luck.
She did that to Jamie and said that it's not a good thing to do. Turn again. This will be interesting. Gulfiroza likes to slam it into the leg side. How will she counter this?
Very difficult to sweep this type of pace, especially of leg spin when there's turn on show. Good approach, lovely build up, an excellent drive over the top. So one to watch for the future. That future, well, sliced over the top. Could be 2, should be 2. But she won't be too displeased with that because it was aerial for a long time. But somebody we can watch for the future, and the future could be a World Cup. 12 teams in the next couple of T20 World Cups and 16 in 2030. So that's something for teams like UAE to build towards. Their home boards should be eyeing that up, investing in these talented players.
Well, that'll be handy extra runs. Just tossed it up and invited Gulfiroza to hit against the turn, and this time just started too wide. 50 comes up for Pakistan.
I would like to see a slip in, just getting enough turn against the right-hander Gulfiroza. Like to go against the spin, across the line. Maneva on this occasion much more attentive.
Steps out, gets enough of it. She loves that region, Gulfiroza, straight back over the bowler's head.
She tried the sweep on a number of occasions, it wasn't on, so she's attacked the bowler down the pitch. Full-blooded swing of the bat, mid-off inside the ring. There's a much better option if you're brave enough to take her on. Good batting from Firoza. The captain liked it. Will we see her next if they do manage to get her out? She needs some time out in the middle if they're going to win their semi-final, which we're assuming they're going to get to. They're pretty much guaranteed at this point. Well, the keeper really not enjoying things there. Tirtha Satish. That's twice in the over. And then, oh, well, I think that's an injury. Well, that looks nasty.
Well, Khushi Sharma is in serious pain here. She has just not moved after she went down. Now, we've seen that on a few occasions. Oh, this is going to be painful. Let's hope it's nothing too serious. Physio will be out. 8 gone, 59 without loss. Unfortunate incident, and Khushi Sharma hasn't moved from we last saw her. That region has been a bit of a danger area for fielders. Good outfield, but when you times. Okay, so this is different. This is not the fielder putting in a sliding stop gone wrong. This is just a bad one.
Well, in women, ACL injury is very prominent. That's because of the angle from the hip to the knee joint. You see a lot of footballers getting ACL injuries. I'm obviously not a physio, I can't tell you that's an ACL, but it looks to me like something similar. And because of that angle, it just puts extra pressure on the knee joint. That's why women get so many more percentage-wise per athlete. And unfortunately, we've got Natakan Chantham, she's out with an ACL injury. Plenty of people that I know in hockey and cricket, they suffer from that. So let's hope for her sake it's just a tweak and not a tear. But we wish her very well. It's just a nasty turn of the knee.
Yeah, it's a safe assumption because it's not happened upon impact to the ground. So you can assume it's ligament related, internal. Seemed innocuous just as she was turning. But we've got the defending champions in action later this evening. India take on Nepal, 6:30 local time. What is the final Group A fixture? India will have bigger challenges. They've already set their sights on standout team of the tournament along with Sri Lanka. That is later this evening. Dubarma's Nepal had sweetest feeling of success. First ever Women's Asia Cup win when they played the UAE in the opening fixture. And after what they've seen in the last game, they will have to prepare for Richa Ghosh. 64 of 29, a first T20 I50 for her as well. We've seen quite a few of those this tournament. Gulfiroza, Richa Ghosh. Just took India and their graph just way higher than projected towards the end. Boundary laden innings. It needed a stretcher to just assist Khushi Sharma off, so we're now ready to resume. Right, for teams like the UAE, Nepal in action later today, seen Malaysia and Thailand. What's been a terrific opportunity for them to play the bigger teams. That is a terrific shot from Muniba, up and over. And that's going to be her second boundary in what is her second life.
Well, we were talking off air about this particular skill from Muniba Ali. You don't see it too much these days, but she started out her career very, very good through the covers, but particularly through extra cover. Nowadays, you see her play much more square of the wicket, but against spin, I think it's important. She brings this skill back into her game, adds another element for her. Straight pull shot, that is an unusual one, but follows up the boundary with a single.
Yes, and that's big news coming through in the sport, particular for the women's game. 16 teams is what the Women's T20 World Cup in 2030 has been expanded to, confirmed by the ICC. Augurs well for teams like this. It's welcome news, I'm sure. Marina Iqbal is thrilled about it. Isabel Joyce, finally we'll see Ireland play the World Cup. But that is some really good news.
Yeah, it is. It's really good news for the growth of the game, and also the ICC showing their faith in the growth that's happened in women's game around the world. 12 teams in the next couple after this one as well, so just slowly building up. But the jump of 4 teams building towards 2030 is great news. Well, hopefully she's okay. The ambulance is here, but...
Yeah, just thought it's gone through. And that's another boundary as Pakistan look to finish this off really quickly now. Raced on to 69 at the end of the 9th over. Kavisha replacing Vaishnavi Mahesh.
Bowler change. Right arm coming over.
And she's welcomed into the attack with a boundary. Easy pickings for Feroza, who's now seeing the ball well.
Yeah, good footwork. Positive intention there, and execution was even better. These are few things she's worked on. Saw that length early, was on good pace. Just rocked back into the gap. Just looked very solid and compact after that big innings.
That's the area that Sri Sharma picked up the injury. Had nothing to do with the turf on this occasion though. This happened last over.
Yeah, even just here, that's it there. The knee just went inside. Nothing you can really do about that. You just, sometimes these things happen. Maybe just strengthening up the muscles around the knee. Change of angle has been a good change for Kavisha. Subfielder on is Mehek Thakur. She was the one who just had to dive. It's always nervous after you've seen someone get injured, even though it wasn't from a dive. It's always nervous being the next person to dive afterwards. But she was brave, the subfielder. She's been sitting on the sideline watching, and she saved a run. That was about 2 balls ago.
Yeah, I just hope that she's got the treatment she needs and it's not too serious. So we approach the final phases of this innings, this game. We spoke about it before the game, Marina, didn't we, about Gul Feroza and what that 50 would do. Player who's backed, got 20s and 30s, and she's just now playing like a player who's got a reference point of how to carry on.
Yeah, and she has worked on her set skill as well. Not just that, she's also worked on her temperament, and clearly I can see that, because when I watched her a few years back, even at domestic level, she struggled to knit an innings. Now she has that clarity, she's got some good techniques, has developed few shots, especially coming down the track. At times she used to get stuck, especially against spinners. So these are the things she has added to her arsenal, and now she's scoring runs more consistently.
A naturally attacking player. She works that away for one, looks for two. It's comfortable too, good running. Feroza moves on to 47 now. 10 overs gone, Pakistan 79 without loss, looking good. And what should be last break before they finish things off, it's time for drinks.
That's a good start by Pakistan. Looking very clinical with the bat in hand. 79 without loss in 10 overs. They just need 25 of 60. And it's been a really, really good effort. Though such chances are hurting the UAE.
Yes, I'm sure it will hurt because Pakistan so far is no loss. First ball, there's a drop catch. There was another chance of Muniba Ali there and shot mid-wicket, but again, decent attempt by the captain. But they've scored runs all around. This was another opportunity. But a good shot. Stepping out, as we were speaking, was so important. The footwork is important. Playing spinners, playing at back foot. I think both the openers now are set. Another partnership brewing, 79 for no loss. Against Nepal, they had about 104 runs opening partnership. This looks very healthy for Pakistan in the tournament. They just need another 25 of 60 balls.
Well, as far as the bowling is concerned, they had their moments, but the inexperience is it was pretty apparent and quite seen as far as the UAE bowling were concerned. And they tried hard, and 103 for 8 wasn't a great return as far as batting was concerned. But what about Pakistan? They fielded, they had a mixed bag, but I can tell you that they held on to some breathtaking catches, really good ones. 3 of them in the field, some unbelievable ones. This was just magnificent. Had to ensure that she maintained the momentum, held on, and the third one, another good diving catch. So these are the ones that can actually turn a game on its head.
Yes, they were very good on the outfield, but not so much in collecting the balls and getting those runouts in the infield. There were a lot of misfields. Collection was not made at the bowler's end. I'm sure the fielding coach of the Pakistan team will be looking into all these aspects before the next game. Nida Dar today came in to bowl. She didn't bowl against Nepal, but today she had a couple of overs. One of her senior pro from the Pakistan side who's played about 151 games for Pakistan. She's the highest wicket taker for them in the women's T20 internationals.
They got a side of experience. There is youth, but plenty of experience as well, as you said. 150 games, a lot of games for women's cricket, especially in these parts of the world. Wants a single here. Would have been confusion. Maybe India might play more matches than that. I'm not sure even Sri Lanka plays as much as that. Chamaria Tapattu, yes, I'm sure she's played a lot. But 150 games, that's a mountain. Nice forcing shot. Really nice forcing shot. But straight to the fielder. Both Feroza and Muniba, they have looked very impressive. And what impresses me more is that the type of shots they play. Very correct, good technique and proper cricketing shots.
I think the innings against Nepal has really helped both these batters come out of this zone. That is it. Going down the leg. Yeah, it would have touched a pad or something. Yeah, it touched the leg guard. Today we've seen them play all round, and as we speak, just gets the gap, backward point, and that runs off for a boundary. And it's 50 for Feroza, the second 50 in the tournament from the Pakistan squad, and her consecutive 50 of 46 balls. Pakistan 84 for no loss after 11 overs.
What an innings from Gul Feroza, 51 of 46, 8 fours. Muniba has played a supporting role. Pakistan now need just 20 runs of 34 balls. And they have made batting look very easy, as you said. The win against Nepal, that partnership has given them the confidence, and they have come out here and expressed themselves quite well.
Yes, in the first game we didn't get to see the sort of shots that they played here. This is the 50th. This is the boundary that got her to her 50, a second consecutive 50 in the tournament. Feroza, 46 balls with a healthy strike rate of 110. She would be very happy. The skipper there, Pakistan, and the entire team applauding. And it is a good sign for Pakistan that both the openers are in good form among runs.
One area that UAE, not one, but there are many areas they need to improve, but an area that seemed to stand out is their fielding. They're a little bit slow on the field. They're not quick movers. They don't seem to be sharp enough. And they're running, particularly chasing the ball. Those areas will need to improve. Oh, very nearly just crept between her legs.
Well, as far as fielding is concerned, I think anticipation is one of the main factors. Maybe the more matches they play, the more training they do in terms of fitness and the fielding sessions, they will only get better and better with, knowing how to cut angles on the ground, where to stand in the infield so you can cut those singles. All this comes, the more you play, the better you get.
Yeah, I could have agreed more with you. Exposure is the key. And the time you spend in the middle, time you play big games, or games for that matter, gives you so much of experience. Nicely driven. Very good opening partnership. Very impressive opening partnership. Now they've reached 90. They're just 13 runs shy, or 14 runs shy of a very good win, which they look like achieving with all 10 wickets in hand. And as far as balls are concerned, they got 8 overs left, so this will do a lot of good to their run rate. Last ball of the over. Muniba on strike. Single. It's 91 without loss.
Gulfiroza just showing that you don't miss out when you hit form. Must capitalize on good form, and she has today. Runs all along the ground, capable of lofting the spinners back over their head. Competent of the front and back foot. It's a player that's been backed because of her naturally aggressive style of batting, and I think with the T20 World Cup getting nearer and nearer, Firoza's form is Pakistan a bit of an X factor at the top. Hinduja, Nandkumar into the attack.
Yes, I think they got better after the first game against India. They seemed like they were very stuck in the crease. But today, I think just not today, but the game against Nepal has given them that confidence, because those runs were so important for these two batters to play the way they do, the natural game of giving the right start to the team and score runs. Getting those innings naturally adds a lot of confidence to any batter when they start a little doubtful in the tournament.
A batter like her will just settle the rest of the dressing room and dugout. She gets off to a flyer, others can come in and perhaps if needed take their time. She may not always fire, but if she's feeling good and is confident, then you could see 150 and suddenly you just get into the next game feeling 6 inches taller. Well, India present a tall challenge against Nepal. Have to be at their very best and hope to at least challenge the defending champions. Who knows if there's something special written. Never discount the unthinkable from Nepal. Munib Ali, miscues. It's been her day today. Anita Rajit took a couple of good catches at mid-off. Those were straightforward. Run a fair bit to her right.
Pakistan dugout looks comfortable. I'm sure because they just need 10 runs, and so far they haven't lost a wicket, so that's pretty healthy for them.
I think the intent there was actually just work it for 2, because just before that ball, Firoza just said ready Rena to Muniba. She thought she'd nudge it and push for 2, but hit it too well. And she's had a good game, Gulfiroza in the field, couple of catches in the deep, one straightforward, but one outstanding. You can do little wrong at this point. Yeah, there'll be a challenge now now that they've strung 2 easy wins, dominant wins after the disappointing game against India. They'll likely play Sri Lanka. We just have to speculate what the semi-final lineups will be. But for some outrageous upsets, I think that's what it'll look like. And they'll be entering that game in far better mindset than they entered the tournament. 96 without loss. That's what it looks like. 2 wins here will consolidate Pakistan's place. And unless Nepal beat India, I don't think it's possible with the margins that will be needed. So their semi-final spot should be in the bag. UAE will take the experience out of this. And then they await the finality of the other group, which also looks like Sri Lanka will sit pretty on top. So it'll all be confirmed tomorrow. But in all likelihood, Pakistan and Sri Lanka should make for a cracking semi-final.
If there's a likely game, semis, if Pakistan happens to meet Sri Lanka, then they need better performance than what they did against Nepal and UAE, because Sri Lanka has been in a different form in this tournament.
Yeah, India in action later this evening against Nepal, and we close things out for Group B tomorrow. So now Firoza wants to close things off quickly here. Just 7 away. Well, Hina, there's no point being annoyed. You can run the batter out because it's not Munibali's first indiscretion. Vaishnavi Mahesh put her on notice. Perfectly legitimate way to effect a dismissal. It won't change the outcome of the result.
Lefty.
There you go. She takes it's way too much of a head start. And there's no point looking at the umpire. She's got to effect the run out. Umpire can't help her. No, it's good on her to... I'll change that. It's not good on her. Muniba is making the most of the generosity extended to her luck today. Right, India-Nepal later this evening for Group B tomorrow. It's Bangladesh against Malaysia. They need to win. And Sri Lanka look in imperious form against Thailand in the evening fixture.
That's swept for 2 runs. And that takes Pakistan over 100. And they just need about 3 runs to round it off.
She never had a 50 before the last game. She's now got 2. She's never had a 6 in T20Is. So that's next on the bucket list. Come on, Gul Firoza. Try to finish it with a big one, but I quite like that she's determined to be there till the end. She lost her wicket just before the game was done and dusted, which would have disappointed her. So this is again step up.
I think she'll probably fulfill that bucket list in the next game, Ronak, because that is going to be a very important game for Pakistan as well, whoever they play.
If it is Sri Lanka, you'll have to hit some 6s to match Chamari Attapattu if she's in the form we saw yesterday. 1 needed, but we have 1 more over to go to. 103 without loss. Just 1 run needed in what should almost certainly secure Pakistan's semi-final spot. Nepal will have to beat India comprehensively to make things interesting. We are to expect India to just carry on with their rich run of form. And a win here will be sufficient. Field comes in. For the UAE, everybody inside the circle. Commanding 10-wicket win for Pakistan. They bounce back after the disappointment of losing in their first game to India, to brush aside first Nepal and now the UAE. Nida Dar is a far more relaxed and confident captain now. Coaching staff would be delighted with the response that their team has shown. For Isha Oza and the UAE, they bow out without a win in the 2024 Women's Asia Cup. They've had their moments, but it's Pakistan who are enjoying a happy moment now. They will await just the closing touches to the group stage. But in all likelihood, their next challenge will be a semi-final, quite possibly against the hosts. Munibali, there till the end, rode her luck. But between her and Gul Firoza, it's quite a formidable partnership now being forged. Challenge for them is to repeat it against tougher opposition, which will surely come their way going forward. Firoza back-to-back 50s in international cricket. Mohammad Wasim and his coaching staff would be relieved and confident. Nisha has led this team well. It's a young team. We can't stress on that enough. An average age of 21. They have plenty to look forward to. They've shown they have players that can compete at this level. For the UAE, 2024 edition will see them winless of the Women's Asia Cup. Pakistan caught well today. The bowlers are finding form. The top order has hit some terrific form. And maybe there'll be a different threat, Mithali Raj, come their next challenge, quite possibly the semi-finals.
Yes, I think for them the huge plus so far in these last two games that Pakistan has won is the opening partnership of more than 100 runs, back-to-back opening partnership, Feroza's consecutive 50s, Muniba's supporting role in both the games. There you go. Muniba Ali 37 of 30, Gul Feroza 62 of 55 with very less extra, so that says a lot that UAE is an improved bowling unit from the first game against Nepal, where they given a lot of extras.
Yeah, going at 7.6, making light work of this target, and it was hard work for the UAE. No wickets to take home in their last group stage game. They will learn from the experience. Fortunate injury to Khushi Sharma in the field as well, but nothing much to write home about for the UAE. Pakistan, they knew the job ahead of them. Initially it started with a few moments of anxiety in Karnidaka producing the edge, and Gul Feroza then just started striking the middle of the bat. Muniba Ali seriously pushed her luck today, put down, tough chance, fielder at mid-wicket. Hit them in all parts of the ground. Can Gul Feroza? This was a moment where the UAE could have had at least a wicket TV umpire adjudicating that it was not out. And Muniba then made the most of the chance she got, and Feroza and her are now looking a serious threat at the top of the order for Pakistan. And no answers really for the UAE. They're checked out. And for Pakistan, they're very much alive in the Women's Asia Cup 2024. Well, they put the UAE in, and their bowlers did the job. All-round bowling effort, Sadia Iqbal, Tuba Hassan, Nashra Sandhu, all with a couple of wickets, and in spite of Tirtha Satish's brisk 40, not much support. And Pakistan with a 10-wicket win, highly impressive. Gul Feroza leading the way. Well, that means that after playing all their 3 group games, Pakistan sit second to India. The UAE winless. Time for a short break here in Dambulla. When we come back, we'll hear from the captains.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just seen a clinical performance by Pakistan, winning by 10 wickets, and certainly a wonderful effort by the two openers, giving them that win quite comprehensively. Now we welcome you warmly to the post-match presentation of the Game 9 of the Asia Cup, Women's Asia Cup 2024, organized by the Asian Cricket Council and hosted by Sri Lanka Cricket. And let me start off by talking to the captain of UAE, Asia Oza, the losing captain, unfortunately, today. It's a bad luck today, but you will take a lot of positives out of this game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, every game is a learning experience. I mean, when you have such a short tournament, only 3 games in the group stage, it's important you put your best foot forward from the first game itself. And unfortunately, things didn't go our way from the first game. So a hard tournament for us, but that only means we work harder and come back better.
So did you have a score in your mind when you batted first?
We did. We wanted to go above a run a ball minimum, and then like assessing the pitch. There were high-scoring games before batting first, so maybe around 140, 150 would have been a great score.
Yeah, and what about your bowling? I mean, where do you think you went wrong? Because you did miss 1 or 2 important catches.
Yeah, I think we created the opportunity. It was about grabbing the opportunities we create, because when you play against such high-quality players, it's important you grab those opportunities because they know they're not going to make that same mistake twice.
So what happens to you when you play in tournaments like this? How much of experience do you carry with it?
I think it's a great experience. The first Asia Cup we played in 2022, from then to now, I think our team has grown quite a bit. We've learned from those experiences, played other tournaments, played the qualifiers, and I think we've only grown from there. So again, after this tournament, I think it's only upwards from here.
Bad luck today, but all the best.
Thank you so much.
Right, that is the losing captain from UAE. Now let me introduce our presentation party. I got Mr. Mahinda Valipuram, Chairman, Development Committee, Asian Cricket Council, and also ICC Associate Member Director, Mr. Manoj Vijay Singh, Secretary of the Anuradhapura District Cricket Association. And can I invite Gul Feroza to come and receive her Player of the Match Award, $750, and also a trophy for her 62 with 8 boundaries. Well, she will now receive the check of $750 from Mr. Manoj Vijay Singh. Right, so can we have the player of the match to have a chat with me? And I think, Nida, you're going to translate. So firstly, congratulations. Tell us about the knock. How was it challenging, or did you enjoy the surface?
I'm just enjoying my game and go for a simple plan. Just play a natural game, so we get success in that plan.
Yeah, back-to-back half centuries. That last half century of yours, how much did it help you this time?
I think I take a confidence with it, so I'm happy to play again, same knock.
And the surface, there was a lot of spin that you found, and we did see you looking to play the reverse, the traditional sweep shot. Are you someone who likes to take on the spinners?
No, we take an easy score, so I've tried my level best to do, and simple plan, so no over attack, so
I think your plans worked very well. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so
very
much.
Well done.
Thank you.
And can I now talk to the winning captain, Nida Da? Congratulations.
Thanks.
That was a good win.
Yeah. Actually, we have talked to main batting unit and then talked about the positive intent. So we take it from the previous game, and today we won again.
Yeah, how disappointed are you that you've had ups and downs in this tournament, because you got experience in your side?
Definitely against India, we didn't play well, we didn't execute the plans well, but we sit together and talk about the plans again, about batting and bowling as well. So we really did it well.
You seem to be reluctant to bowl with all the experience you have. You introduced yourself very late in the innings.
Well, it's sometimes it's plans, sometimes it's just want to give the bowlers a chance to take up with the chances.
Very well done today. Congratulations. Go collect the check.
Thank you.
Right, so that is the winning captain, Nida Da of Pakistan, and that concludes our post-match presentation.
$2,000 for Nida Da and the winning side as a result. Right, India and Nepal coming right up here in Dambulla. 6:30 local time. India look to make it 3 out of 3. Nepal look to test them, or who knows, even get perhaps their finest win if they can manage it. It'd be a great upset, but India are strong favourites. We look forward to your company for that one.
Ui.